What?
See, look at that.
What?
Hold on, let me refresh that.
What? Can you guys hear us?
See?
What is going on, guys? That looks like nothing very much as usual compared to normal. Let's go, sir. Yeah, it's quite long actually. Oh, keep going up, keep going up. 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 Holy shit! And there's more. Right at the end. Done.
Right at the end. Jesus, man.
What is up, guys? Thank you very much for joining us. What is going on? Welcome to another.
Let's get this done, man. I want to.
Friday.
Oh, crikey.
Welcome to another Friday Q&A with Chocks A. Hashtag 29. 29, half a year, done and done. Thank you very much for joining us. From those who was ever here at the very, very beginning, who joined us on Chocks A.
For all 29
Q&A
episodes.
for Chocks A from number one. And how many of you been on and missed and been to everyone and not missed a single one? Let us know in the comments. And one more thing, do we have any F4F Q&A virgins in the house? If so, very nice for you to come and join us. Much appreciated. Sup, Philip Perez, who has just joined us, who has his own Dark Souls group, and he's come and joined us. He's been telling us that he was thinking about getting Spyro, then he didn't. Then his conclusion was
Philip
Perez.
Philip
His
Perez.
conclusion was basically to just marry someone who was going to buy Spyro.
Yeah.
And that was the way that it was going to be done. That is a very, very good tactic, my friend. I hope it works out for you.
But they're all mine. He's been a busy boy this week, hasn't he?
He has been lots of Q&As.
Suggestions.
We've got Jordan in the house. He was also very busy pumping up the cinder post. We got Brendan Rostello in the house. What is going on? I know
right.
You've been faithful, man. You've been with every single stream that we've ever done, mate.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. Kevin Bookbinder, he's missed the one. It's like that first time. You'll never forget that first time that you forget to log in and get your 4 points. There's always going to be that one day that you forgot to get your 4 reward points. What is up, Christoph? How's it going, mate? Various Sue, there's nothing to say about that.
Yeah.
He's still with a Nintendo.
I've just replied to his post.
Well, he made a post about
He
it.
made the post, but it's like, okay, we've done Sonic, we've done Spyro, we've done this, we've done all the other licenses. Now it's back to Metroid, and it feels like that whole conversation we had back in the day. All right, then there's enough.
Well, when there was too much, when there wasn't enough.
Yeah, there's not enough Zelda. Yeah, it felt like that.
Yeah, but then there was quite a lot of stuff with the Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And we had hoped that we were going to get Truthful Mineral in time, but we didn't, right?
But we didn't, yeah.
So Christoph's back to make sure that we
Yeah.
keep us on our toes, to make sure we come up with the Nintendo news. What is going on, Laura Croft? Thanks very much for joining us. Lara Croft. Derek Baker is an OG, joined us with the video games. Is that forum still going, mate? The Video Game Memorabilia Museum. What is going on, Maria Spin? Benson in the house, mate. How's it going? I know you're waiting for your kings. Your 3 kings. 14 months is a very long time, mate. Trust me, Christoph. We've done what we need to do a long time ago, and we just wait for the gods to provide, is all I can say about that.
We can't rush that.
What is going on, Hannah? How you going? How's it going? Yeah, you got Hannah's in the house.
Hannah.
Yo.
Hey, Hannah, I just got your message there. I can't check your messages until after the stream.
Until after the stream. What is up, Carlos? How's it going? Yes, Benson's got his 3 kings in the house. Andy in the house. Mate, Andy, how's your workout doing? Let us know.
Who's working out?
Andy is doing some exercise at the moment, is what he says.
Well, don't get too excited. I don't want to. Yeah.
We got Mary E. Wolford in the house. That seems to make a new name. What is going on, mate? Thanks so much for joining us. We got Jamie Hodge. We got Prowich, mate. What a legend. So quick.
Wow, he just got the red link.
Just got the Goran Tunic link in the house. And it was nice and sealed. No breakages.
Is that it?
Boom.
He's completed his link.
He reckons he's completed it. He said he's waiting for Darunia. Prowich, are you still waiting for your Darunia? And are you trying to get the exclusive versions? Would you be getting the exclusive version of Darunia or the regular version? Let me know in the comments. What is going on, James Bailey? Thanks for joining us. Andy's saying that stairs climbing is pretty difficult. I can imagine that must be difficult. What is going on, Nina Owen? Is Matthew in the house? How's it going?
He's just going one way.
The Dark Souls power couple. What?
Stairs climbing, just going one way, yeah?
But it's probably one of those like, oh no, it's one of those pictures. Oh no, that's like a crazy one. But it's probably
The
just like,
ladder
one of those
thing,
ones. Yeah, that'd be like crazy. You're like,
Yeah.
how's he gonna like type and shit? What is up, Howard V?
Maybe somebody's typing it for him.
That's true. Amir Khan in the house. What's going on, mate?
Your monitor's quite blurry.
No, it's just the quality of the screen. It's nothing to do with the monitor. It's to do with the quality of the...
The quality of
Of course it's not, mate. Look how crystal sharp that shit is. It's just the quality of the general stream is like low quality and stuff like that.
Hey, Nina Owen. Haven't seen that name for a while.
No, what are you talking about? She was joining us for the Spyro. She's been holding the Spyro up. Oh yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. Yeah.
Nina's been all up. I was like, Nina,
My
are you in the wrong stream? Because this is not Dark Souls. This is not anime. But no, she was adamant. She was up for some Spyro. Wait,
Yes.
you know, Spyro brings out the best in people.
She took some time off from her admin work.
What is up, looters? You may. Thanks so much for joining us. We got Mr. Windridge in the house, Lynn Dudley in the house. Good evening to you. What is going on? Nina's normally at work, so she decided to join us because she's off and she's had a nice and early start to the weekend.
Who's off
How's
work?
the weather in the UK at the moment?
Nina, she's off work.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
she's had an early start. What is going on, Jonathan? Thank you for tuning in. Emma Hardcastle in the house. I know she loves her some Ami. We got Greg the Game in the house. Shout out to Greg. He's always streaming and doing his live streams
I'm not getting
for some
those
playthroughs.
Oh wow, you just
yeah,
joined.
yeah. I just see it here. No, because you're looking at the delay and I'm seeing it here. So this appears on there and it comes out like later on or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess that's what.
Yeah,
that's
Jessica,
what
I haven't had proper dinner tonight, so yeah, it's just Snickers now.
So shout out to Greg the Game. Check out his YouTube channel when he does some live streams, usually over the weekend. What is the plan for this week, Greg? What are you going to be playing this weekend? Let us know in the comments. We got Ashley Pace in the house, the legend that is known as Ashley Pace, who the Pace family loving themselves from Spyro. 5 exclusives in the house. Boom, much appreciated. That is really awesome. We have Nicole Alexandra Rosario in the house. How's it going? She's a massive fan of Fire Emblem.
Who is?
Nicole.
Nicole Alexandra Rosario. Hi.
Hey.
Hector.
That's right, Lynn Dudley. We have updated the Trello calendars and we will be explaining that a little later on. Philip Essinger saying that you are eating Red Bull. It's the Red Bull equivalent.
Red Bull and Snickers. Need the energy.
It will get through. That Red Bull and Snicker combo will get you through any Q&A. We have Eric Untermullen in the house. What is going on?
Oh, Anna's got to go.
Anna's got to go.
Yeah, Hannah's got to go. She's got to do some errands.
Hannah or Anna? Hannah's got to go.
Hannah.
All right, Hannah, take it
Hannah.
easy. Thanks so much for dropping in and saying hi. Victor Reis wants to know what kind of chocolate are you eating?
Snickers.
A Snickers in the house.
They used to call them Marathon.
Did they?
Yeah.
What?
They used to call Marathon, but then change it to Snickers.
In the UK?
Yeah.
They used to be called Marathon.
Marathon. Marathon.
Not what?
Yes.
Like-
Do a Google search.
How long are we talking
A
about?
long time ago.
Like I've never known them as being Marathon.
Well, my history teacher told me. Because I'm.
Oh, so before
I'm
your
quite,
time as well?
Because I'm quite young, right? Before my time.
Smooth criminal. You've been hit by a smooth chocks. What is up, Chris Medeiros? What is going on, guys? We got Monya in the house.
Monya.
How's it going? Yeah. The Dudleys. What is up, Nico? Do you guys know the total amount of Crash 9 PVCs that we're ordering during the pre-order? The answer is 1,450. Actually, it's a little bit more, but we reduced it because we know that some people are going to cancel.
See, Lynn Dudley's right. Sorry, Lynn Dudley.
Lynn Dudley says Marathon is right. Yeah. So, Nico, hope that answers your question. That is just the exclusive version. It's 1450. What happened? Siobhan is saying that there was a Lion Bar lorry fire. What happened there?
The Lion Bar lorry.
Yeah, it says meltdown on the A2 is a Lion Bar. There's a lorry. I can't click on the link.
Yeah, I don't want to click on the link.
But that
on
looks
the
cool.
A2, wow.
It sounds cool as long as there wasn't anybody hurt.
It's like chocolate fondue, right? You can just walk up to the lorry and go, just dip in your marshmallows.
Indeed. There's always a silver lining, Chocks. There's always a silver lining. What is up, James? Spyro is doing very well. We'll talk a little bit more about that going on. Sergey Simonov wants to know what's going on with MGS. Watch this space. We have had some initial feedback, and we'll talk a little bit more about that moving forward. So you're very welcome, Nico, for the answer. Nicole Alexander Rosario wants a Breath of Fire TT. We have 2 more TTs already lined up, so when we've done those, we can think about what the next 3 will be. If I remember off the top of my head, we have coming up
actually if
Medieval and Gex. Gex then Medieval, one of those in that order. I'm not sure which order it is.
Actually, would it, like, when you're talking like questions, answering the questions at the top, would I, because I won't see those questions, right?
Yeah. So all you need to do is don't full screen this bad boy, and now you can see it all. Don't full screen that, and it's all right there.
No, it's not.
Yeah, of course it probably is. This will appear there in about 15 seconds. So all you need to look at is that side.
This side.
That side. That side. That's the live shit. That's me feeding it in, which is like 15 minutes late.
Right.
15 seconds. So that's what you need to look on that side.
Oh, yeah, that kind of like...
It makes sense here. So ignore that.
Messed me up there, yeah.
Yeah. Ignore that. Because that's just me streaming it in. So all you need to look at is on that side.
Oh, I want to watch full screen.
Well, you can't. I'm not. Nana say in the house, we know you love that black bass. We know you love that black bass. Levince is wanting to know if there's anything.
You're in a funny mood today.
Hey.
We're in a funny mood today.
I had a Coke just before I came out.
Oh, you did, huh?
Indeedy.
Hey, Monya. What are you laughing at, Monya?
What is up, Amir Khan? He's saying that we need a warehouse in Germany. We're working on that behind the scenes. Our resident shipping guru, Sunny, has already done something, and we are going to test something out. Not with anything for this shipment, but the following shipment we will have something that we will be on the slide testing something, because we know Brexit. We're going to prepare for Brexit, and we're checking something out. So guys, European warehouse guys, watch this space. Post-Brexit, we're testing that shit now. We don't want to wait until it's actually happening.
Yeah, guys, stop panicking, man. When you guys panic, we panic.
You don't need to panic yet.
Yeah.
We've got this shit under control.
Don't
Let
make
us deal
us
with
like,
that stuff.
you know, don't make us panic.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
We got Uncle Scabs in the house. He's asking about Nito. What is his NITO? Is that
Is that your new nickname, Scabler?
Scabs?
Scabs?
Are you Uncle Nito now? I don't understand. What's
That's
Nito?
it, Liam. Liam, don't panic. I've been talking to you all day long. I haven't done any work today because I've been talking to you all day long.
I heard you were at the bank.
You were at the bank. I know. You've been telling me every single step of the way.
And what was the conclusion?
Conclusion is, apparently, we haven't processed it.
I know we haven't processed it. We told him that we haven't processed it.
That's what the bank told him. We gave Liam.
We haven't processed
We gave Liam a authorized code,
yeah,
so he can take it to the bank and say, hey, I got this code,
yeah,
check it out,
yeah.
And the bank is saying we still haven't processed it.
Okay, but the point is, he thinks we did take it, but now he knows that we didn't take it. Yeah, is that agreed? What is up, Liam? Don't worry, whatever happens, we will sort you out. Any which way, you will never be out of pocket.
Yeah.
You'll only take what it's up. If you've taken more than expected, you'll get the money back.
Yeah.
You know, all that sort of good stuff. If it's a fault on our end, you will never, ever suffer as a result. So don't worry if it takes 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 1 month. You will be sorted. Do not worry about that.
There you go. You heard it from Alex. I mean,
so just chill.
Yep.
We got that covered, mate.
Give those guys in the CS and IT, give them a nice weekend off. They'll come back on Monday and they'll follow up in your case.
Not Andreas. He's on holiday.
What the fuck? When?
When he told me like 2 weeks ago he was going to go on holiday.
How long for?
Just 1 day. Just 1 day.
I only just found out. Now.
As you know, everyone's saying panic at the disco, panic over Brexit, panic. What is up, guys? Boom! As always, 100 people, much appreciated. There's going to be 3 lucky winners to win 100.
Hey, what?
500 war points.
Yeah.
3 lucky winners are going to win. Why don't you do this 29 times? 500 raw points for 3 lucky winners. We will be giving you a hashtag a little bit later on, so watch this space. We're going to kick it off with a week in review, and we've got a lot of stuff to go through, guys. So we're going to kick it off with some of the production videos that I've done recently. Over the week, I've done about 3 or 4 videos of Nightmare coming from Soul Calibur 2. And of course, what do we see? We saw some little... I'll just let Chocks finish opening that rustling noise. Followed by that.
Yeah, you've got Nightmare, yeah?
I'm talking about Nightmare. I'm not saying this is a nightmare, I'm just saying I'm talking about Nightmare.
It's not a launch night, so we're alright.
We're all good.
We're all good, we don't need to panic.
So, there was some videos of the side of his knees that are these little...
You want one?
Oh, I'm good, thank you. There's like some...
Battle mix. It's got it's from Korea.
Well, how about you try it? Oh, it's got 2 in 1.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh no, there's like 2 in 1, as in they're 2 different flavors in 1.
Well, they look the same.
Like no, I don't reckon so. Look at that carefully. They look some slightly different shades.
Oh, one's darker.
Yeah. Try it. You tell me first. And beef and...
Is Kanak on? She's not watching, is she?
She...
Take one before she comes online.
No, she joined like before we like she joined.
She on the stream.
I saw she joined.
No, Chris for you.
Yeah. Working on that diet. What is up? So, just to say, I don't even remember. Yes. So we talked about Nightmare and the different things on that, and that included the. Did you just say ugh? I'm hardly going to eat it now, am I? The side of the knees, there are these little wings, and you can see it all done by hand. A lot of these people who came to join us for the Spyro launch, and maybe not join the club, but at least commenting on the commenting on the post, maybe not our post, but maybe outside posts, maybe on the YouTube channel. And they're saying, why the hell is this so expensive? A machine makes this, etc, etc. Then, of course, those who are in the know are like, nope, it's all hand-painted. And, of course, I'm showing you it really is all hand-painted with every single item that we make. So that is why, for the resins, should I say, and that is why I showed you some more of Nightmare. I showed you some of his eye being painted from the
old traditional
sword.
Paintbrush.
The old traditional paintbrush, followed by a decal for the eye detail. And some people were surprised that it was using...
What she was doing? She grabbed a rubber glove and started like trying to pry the eye out.
No, it's not prying it out. It's basically applying the decal to make sure that there is no bubbles underneath it or anything like that. Yeah. Because people were like quite surprised. They're thinking that it's all hand painted. No, guys, I'm showing you the magic behind the curtain. I'm like the masked magician who tells you all the secrets, all the behind the scenes that no one else tells you about.
That's why the magic circle hates you.
The magic circle of other resin producers hates us.
Yeah.
What is up, other guys? Is it Jess Adele in the house? What is going on?
Hey,
Ian
Jess.
Travis Casimir is loving Nightmare.
Looks sick.
Victor is hungry because he sees you chomping on that double damage, double mix.
Go for it. It's the weekend.
It's the weekend.
Go all out.
Let your, go all out, as he says. So, we then did some other things. We did some Breath of the Wild production videos. Why not? Still in production. Why is that? Reorders. Why is that? Because everyone loves themselves a bit of the Breath of the Wild. It's a mad love for the guys that have been buying and supporting and spreading the word of our Link statue, because the sales are still trickling in, and we much appreciate that. Because you know what that means. Every single one of those goes into the marketplace. And how many times, Chocks, have we seen people who've come into the club, never bought a resin statue, but they bought the PVC, they've come into the club and then gone, holy shit, there's a whole nother level to this.
Yeah.
And then gets interested in other stuff as well, joins the community, and hey, didn't we just recently celebrate 25k?
Well,
here we are, 27k. And people are still coming in mad love to those who have joined us, the community. And we need to talk about the community, and
this could be their first Q&A as well. If this
hey,
is your first Q&A, join the Collectors Club.
Let us know. What is up?
People keep asking where can I join it? Well, just search First for Figures Official Collectors Club, or go to the First for Figures main page. At the top of the page it says Join Group. Really simple. Just click that button and we'll add you in.
Easy peasy.
Yep.
Lemon squeezy. It's Jesse's birthday, is it? Where?
Oh yeah, I saw a newsfeed. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Jess! Congratulations on staying alive. Well, that's why you congratulate them, don't you? Let's be real.
Yeah.
What is up, Tiago? Thank you for joining. Daz Taylor says it's his first time for him to join a Q&A.
Yeah.
Mad love, much appreciated. We hope you enjoy your time on the stream. We're here every Friday. Come rain or shine, or the fact that
We're here
not
every Friday, so
in
you make
the
sure you're
country.
here every Friday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're very welcome, Jess. Much appreciated for you to come and join and celebrate your birthday with us, with your F4F family. Much appreciated. We got Joe Kaneki in the house. Have you changed your logo, your profile picture recently? It looks a little bit different. I see you're trying to confuse me.
Joe. Is that Joe?
Yeah.
Joe?
Joe Kaneki.
Alright. Hey Joe.
Hey everyone, giving Jess the birthday wishes.
Yeah.
That is what the F4F family is all about. Moving on, we have...
You're going in random order, aren't you?
No, because I'm just talking about production stuff.
Alright then.
So we're going production.
Yeah?
Yeah, I told about that already.
You did?
Oh, Sith sword.
No,
oh
you
yeah,
didn't.
Sith sword.
Yeah.
So I did a picture of the Sith swords. Hey, you can never have enough Artorias great swords in the house. So I did a picture of that. It was swords galore. Let us talk about confirmations and approvals for this week. We had something confirmed from the big A Activision, giving the love to the Crystal Dragon statue that is going to be in the works. Do not worry, it is not coming anytime soon. I know Spyro fans love the news, but they are a little bit concerned about the timing on it. Don't worry, it's going to take a lot of time and cooking behind the scenes, but hey, you guys want to know what's the progress? We want to work hard behind the scenes, so we have it ready. We can have it ready really, really soon, but we don't plan on putting it live.
Because a lot of these, people that bought Spyro are it's their first time buying a statue.
Right.
Right? So,
Right.
obviously they want to see the product. It's a bit like Hokami. They want to see the Ami first. And then to get that experience.
Or at least to see some production videos, make sure, hey, we've been accused of being scammers in the past, mate, so... Sure, you know.
Nothing to do with me.
Yeah, before your time. And we can talk a little bit about more of that in the future. But we've been accused of that before, which was some of the reason why we're like, we don't want to take your money.
Because it's quite a lot of money and people think, oh, wow.
Especially for new
guys will think, wow, this is taking so long. But in this industry, it can go between, a year to 2 years. But we usually try and get them out between 8 months to 10 months.
And absolutely right. And I can remember... This was maybe on we had Facebook at the time, Facebook 2009, and then people would be like, hey, you scamming me, motherfuckers. Like, what are you talking about? Because that way is very one way, and that's the Facebook page. Now, of course, if anybody has any questions, are you a scammer? You write that question in the club, and then people will tell them,
well,
hopefully...
That's your new nickname.
Scummy.
Scummy and I'm grimy.
Indeed, highway robbery. Your money or Spyro's life. So in terms of the Crystal Dragon statue, mad love to Activision for giving it the AOK.
Yep.
And but prepare yourselves, guys. It will be that much bigger than Spyro, and it will be more expensive. So prepare yourself, and quite a bit more expensive because it's still in conceptual stage. We need to see the size of it all.
Yeah.
But
if you guys are still into PVC, check out that poll that Alex created. I think there's like over 700 to
800. What is that?
Yeah, so try
check out the love on that, because
keep voting on that poll. Get it over to 1,000 because
get it over 1,000, guys.
Yeah, that would really impress Activision, guys.
Obviously, we launched Spyro. We'll talk a little bit about more of that in a minute. But right after that, 4 o'clock in the morning to 4:30 in the morning, because we were out chilling out with you guys on the stream for quite late, and then just making sure everything was okay in the club. I got on the horn with Activision and just saying, what is up? Check out. I was like, you gotta show us some, you gotta show us the PVC love for Spyro. Yeah. And they were like,
and guys, I did pass on the message. I said, get that remastered Spyro done.
And they said, well, if Chocks says so, we better get working on it.
I'm just kidding, guys.
Disclaimer bullshit. But just to say that we were making the so in terms of, did we give them a link to that? The answer is yes, we did, so they could see how many people were on that. Hey, if they come back to it later on and they see that that number's gone from, it was 580 at the time. Now it's over 800, 900, 1,000. Hey, they know what's up. Becca wants to know if she can have some of your chips, too. For someone who said, ugh, you're kind of going through it quite well.
I'm hungry, man. I don't eat anything.
Hello, did I not just see you wolf me down a sandwich just before the stream?
Yeah, that's like starters.
Daz Taylor, you do a 7 and a 4 month plan on the Spyro figures. Could you do it for your other statues, or am I doing it wrong? We do it for all pre-orders.
Apart from the Crash PVC, sorry.
Apart from the Crash PVC, because it didn't warrant one.
And the Amibus, we did a 10-month?
10-month one for that,
yeah.
Or was it 9-month? 10 or 9 month
yeah.
one for that. But it stops, the offer disappears once the pre-orders close. So that is the reason why you may not have seen them. Wow. Sergey wants to know, why is it Sonic delivery so expensive to Israel for 170 but Spyro is 120? And the answer is the size. Spyro is in a estimated size box, and so is Sonic, and those sizes are different. Different sizes mean different prices for shipping. That does sound a bit expensive, though. Maybe when we have a more local or more central warehouse in middle of the EU, Germany, Austria, wherever, maybe that will be something different. We have to look into that.
Yeah.
In fact, that's something I will run by Sunny as well. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about those signature cards. Boom! Let me go and get them. The 0 hour cards.
I think the Saitama's been sent off already.
Yeah. There's another version over there.
Yeah. So guys, if you noticed the last couple of days, it was today and yesterday, Alex was signing the 0 hour cards for Saitama and Sif. He's just going to grab some examples right now, and we'll explain a little bit more into that, because he signed them in silver, and he also signed them in gold as well. So I'll let you do that. Yeah. Yeah. Explain that to them.
I will do, for those who don't understand, because this is something that's new, and if you missed those videos and you didn't listen to it, you would have missed it. What is up, guys? This is the Saitama 0 hour card, and as you can see, we've got nice red foil on the fist, and of course on the logo over there. Now Saitama's obviously looking nice and bold over there. Now the licensor asked us to not sign on the front, so I signed on the back because it would look incorrect. It would almost look like I was the creator of One Punch Man, and I can tell you I was not. So therefore, it's on the back. But so this is what the 0 hour card, which was the first 12 hours when Saitama went live, looks like.
Yep.
Those that ordered in the first 12 hours get this bonus card.
First 12 hours.
First 12 hours. Now, when I was doing that, I had an epiphany, and I had a thought, and I say, hey, Chocks, let's try this out. And I ran it by Chocks. Chocks agreed. There were certain ways that we had to sort of think about how we were going to do it, but ultimately we did the following. Now, let me explain that with some examples from the Sif 0 hour cards. Now, we did these Sif 0 hour cards, and there was a poll that we ran, and that answer was, hey, they want to see that in a gold color. Now, that is my signature over there. Now, for every single, unfortunately this didn't happen for King of Red Lions, it just happened when I was sitting there, had things to think about. When I'm sitting there signing, my mind wandered, and I said, hey, you know what would be cool, Chocks? Remember that feeling that Charlie had when he busted open his Willy Wonka's Wonka bars and he got himself a golden ticket?
Running down the street.
Running down the street. Of course, ultimately, he didn't realize he was going to be meeting the Oompa Loompas, but still, he was super excited. That anticipation of opening up the chocolate bars with the possibility of winning that golden ticket to go to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory was something that somehow came into my mind, and I thought to myself, you know what would be cool? Because we're first to figures, lucky winners will receive a different colored card, and that I mean by the signature, and it will be a label on it, and it will say 1 of 4, 2 of 4, 3 of 4, and 4 of 4. 4 lucky random winners when they open up their Sif or their Saitama, as long as they were in 0 hour time, will get one of these special ones, and they get a chance to. They will get awarded 1,000 reward points for. For that. So it's just a little something extra. Hey, you know what? Why not? That's how we do things. Company policies on the fly. So here is the Sif 0 hour. It's a standard one. You guys voted for that. Like that. And here is 1 of 4 for the special version.
And guys,
this one is silver.
These 4 cards will be randomly placed.
Completely randomly placed.
So it's like the very first thing you'll check once you unbox. Before it might have been, I'll check the QC sticker first, but now you'll be checking the.
Well, they still have to see the QC sticker to take it off because it's at the top. Is that right?
Well, true. Well, it will be at the top. Yeah. As they open the flaps at the top. But the first thing before you start cutting it, you'll be checking for
absolutely,
your card.
guys. Let us know what you think about that. Alex, instead of extra points, how about you make one lucky winner a plane ticket? I told you there is but one way to win a first class plane ticket.
First class?
Yes, first class plane ticket.
Oh my god.
As long as they're in Hong Kong. To come to F4F, otherwise everybody else's economy, or in the hold. But in order for somebody to randomly win a plane ticket to F4F HQ, it's if we hit 10,000 orders on a resin, because they will be able to film none other than Chocks running around the office naked, because a bet is a bet.
No,
a dare is a dare.
I've got proof. I've got members here saying that I never said that for every single resin. It was only for Majora's Mask.
And
come on, where's my horde?
That will be the only time that we give away tickets for that. Boom! Moving on.
Yes.
So those are the signature cards.
So guys, hope you like the little
new concept on that.
The concept on that, yeah.
So it's a little bit fun. Throw that in.
Yep.
Eric Utamuna says he's ordered 2 Sifs. If he gets one of them, has the he'll check them both and make sure if he's got the lucky ticket, he's gonna give the other one to his mate.
All right, that's cool.
So where are we at? Numerous Spyro polls. Can we give a shout out specifically Jordan, some other guys, Casey? I've seen some other people pushing for Cinder. Cinder was definitively, emphatically never going to be made. The Legend of Spyro seems to be quite almost very similar to some people and the Sonic range, where they have people who like classic and only classic and don't like modern. You also almost get that kind of divide for Spyro and the Legend of Spyro.
So it's a bit like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it.
But not quite, because
Marmite.
Not quite, because you kind of like, it's like this. Vegemite.
It's like Red Bull. You either like it or you don't like it.
Vegemite, no, it's not like that. It's like saying Monster Energy. And Red Bull. Are they quite similar in taste?
No, they're different in taste.
Okay, well, which one is like similar in taste?
Which one's similar in taste?
Okay, here's an example. Red Bull. Okay, here you go. Red Bull China. Red Bull Hong Kong. Hey, you don't like it.
That is horrible. That Red Bull.
And
China.
that is exactly the point. Exactly the point. You don't like that kind of Red Bull, but it's still Red Bull. And just like this is Spyro, some people like the classic, some people like both, and some people only like The Legend of Spyro, other people on that.
Coke and Pepsi.
Coke and Pepsi is another example.
I like them both.
Well, then you are a classic Spyro and a Legend of Spyro fans. They
Monster
do
and Rockstar
exist. They do exist.
What is Rockstar?
Rockstar's an energy drink.
I've never tried it.
No?
You can't get it in Hong Kong.
Do you not?
No.
They sponsor the UFC all the time.
Oh, right.
Well, they used to.
Tried it?
No, because I think you only get in America and shit. So look, we got Jess saying that she likes the classic Spyro only. She's a Hong Kong Red Bull girl.
Yeah.
She's not a China Red Bull girl.
That's
right?
right.
As an
She's
example.
my
right?
type of girl.
So we got Ashley liking both, but I'm with him. I'm a Coke Zero fan. I love that. So. Again, that is what is up. So I like Pepsi Max, but with a lemon twist. Moving on. Classic Spyro fans, The Legend of Zelda fans, a little bit of infighting, but we got that straightened away. But Cinder was an emphatic no 2 weeks ago when I ran that poll. And over time, as more people join the club, people have been rallying hard, and you've got to pay attention to that, Chocks.
Yeah.
It was like emphatically like 200 yeses and like 400 no's, and then over time they've sort of peaked out, and the last time I looked they were both on 473. You've got to respect that. You've got to respect that. So that is something that we need to look into. Keep rallying, keep pushing on that, guys. I want to see that creep up over 500, 550, you know, but I'm definitely paying a lot more attention to that. Now the question is, do you want to have kiddie Cinder, adult Cinder? Obviously it makes sense. It makes sense to have a adult, or you know, if you go for a Cinder, depending if it's kiddie or old, to have a matching one for Spyro as well. But I'm concerned that Spyro post didn't get very many likes either. When I asked, would you like to see classic, to see that, and so that was quite concerned. That's quite concerning for me. I can't. So it's going to be hard for me to pull the trigger on Cinder if I think that there's not going to be anything else in the range, because I'm not just going to make one in the range. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I can't make Cinder without Spyro from the order, from the Legend of Spyro.
Yeah.
So you've done the first step, guys. Cinder is looking sweet. Push hard on that Legend of Spyro one. Now, of course, don't worry that it's going to be taking away from the classic line. None of that worry. You don't need to worry about any of that. There's not an issue with that. Okay, moving on. You go ahead with that.
That one?
Yeah.
Well, now? You can talk about that?
And you did that.
Well, is there anything else you missed out?
The shipping.
That one, you missed out this one.
Yeah, and the shipping.
That one.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Today, our Jeff, you guys know, our sales Jeff, a couple of weeks ago he started the F4F partnerships, and obviously the first product in the line was the Dark Souls Rings collection from Torch, and he took some lovely photo snaps. We did him and I. We did a video as well, posted that on YouTube. We went through the different rings. Yeah, it should be on his desk.
Yeah, okay.
No, you mean with the? All right, it might be upstairs. So we went through the whole collection with the rings. I believe we were like the very first guys to actually have the rings shown on video, and hope you guys like that. And the response has been very positive. And today we got a delivery from the guys over at Torch. They gave us a nice little packaging. Gift boxes for all these rings, and I hope you guys could check that video out that Jeff has posted on the main page, and it's been shared in the Collectors Club as well.
Yeah.
Hope you guys would like that. It's a nice little brown case with like a kind of a felt feel to it, and the actual box. And as you open it, you can see the Dark Souls Rings collection text written inside. It's kind of like a velvet cover, and it fits in nicely with the ring. And the actual gift box will be shipped inside another cardboard box, and outside on top of that would have the logos imprinted on it as well. So there you go, man. I believe we're the first guys to actually show that in video form. So
much appreciated to the guys at Torch.
Yeah.
I just saw Celine joined the stream. I just want to give a shout out. She's our lovely admin, and she's brought new life into this world. So congratulations on the birth of your baby daughter Lucy. Congratulations. Congrats. Can they get modding the bloody? Can they get modding the club, please? Because
get her trained.
There's been some some talks recently about how the tone of the club has been recently. So we.
Oh, yeah. One other thing today, one of our members in the club. I just want to give him a shout out to Fabian Losh. That's how you pronounce it, Fabian Losh. He was at the SDCC show that's been going on right now, and they posted a picture of Crash and Link at the, I believe it should be the Dark Horse booth.
That's right.
Yep, so there's a nice little comparison there, side by side, of Crash and Link. So thank you very much. Thank you for sharing the picture.
Shout out to Activision as well. They're running a Crash booth, Crash panel at SDCC, and obviously they'll just be showing off some of the love for the Crash figurine as well. And do you want to talk about some of the reviews you've been getting?
Yeah, I'm going to give a shout out.
Shit, yeah. Well, you might as well do it now, innit?
I'll do it now, yeah?
Well, at least that bit first.
That bit, alright. Okay. Guys, I made another post today as well. I'm being a busy boy.
Busy.
Yeah, so I want to give a nice shout out to Pixel Dan. He should be at the SDCC as well right now, but just before he left, he actually said, hey, I'll get the review up on YouTube as well, the unboxing. So check him out, check his channel out, subscribe to his channel. You know, he brings in, I like his style reviews. He brings a lot of fun to the unboxing as well. So you know, give him a nice welcome. You know, say thanks, say hi. You know, just hit him up.
Jeanette, only silver, and if you don't like it, mate, give it to someone else, and they can trade with you, mate. No problem. Okay, looking at Jordan asked what kind of version for Spyro and Cinder. Well, to be honest with you, I'll probably go for the younger version, maybe because it matches better with the cutesy style of classic. But hey, that's not for me to decide. That's for you guys to make the decision on that.
Yes, Scabler. The points. I've been very, very busy, obviously, from the launch this week. So
yeah. Oh yeah, that's something else we did this week.
Yeah, we launched this week. Yeah, so it's been hectic. We didn't leave the office.
We didn't even talk about that. Then we can review.
Yeah. So so we didn't leave the office until 5 in the morning. That kind of just literally messed our sleeping pattern for the entire week. Yeah. So apologies. Next week, because next week will be the start of the second week of the Spyro. So there's nothing going to be. There won't be anything for launch, but that means we can use the free time to, you know, house tidy up some of the website stuff, some of the orders, some of the reward points, as you said. So I'll get you the points. Don't worry. I'm not going to scam you.
But you're grimy.
Yeah. You're the scammer. I'm grimy. I'm dirty, but you're scammy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, moving on. Obviously, let's talk about Spyro. Tuesday launch, crazy. We have a massive shout out to Andreas and Lorenzo, who were behind the scenes, and that was the smoothest launch. We had 550 people or whatever on the site at that moment that we went live, and it was never ever an issue apart from, you know, we've got Liam Swallow. I don't want to give a special, but at least like there wasn't a crash or anything like that.
So so I want to give a special shout out to a special guest, to John. First time he's joined our streams.
All right, yeah.
You know, our John, Our John. Our John, yeah. So thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for the support. Thanks for that special message.
That one sentence. So, you know, guys, the response has been fantastic so far, and we are only 3 days into it. So keep on rallying the support. Let's push for that.
And big thanks to Activision as well. They've been very responsive. We spoke to them right after the stream and say, hey, can you help us out with the promos and stuff like that? So they immediately jumped on that and posted that in the club. Fantastic. And I believe next Monday they will have an article on the Activision blog with regards to Crash Spyro.
Boom.
With regards to not Crash Spyro, with regards to Spyro.
Yeah.
Because last time they did that for Crash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check that out.
Absolutely.
Activision blog. Yes.
Let's move this over here. And then, let me see.
What's up? What are we looking at?
Nothing. Yeah, and one last thing. Whilst we're talking about Spyro, you know, it was great to see Craig Stitt, who was the original artist who made the front cover of the artwork that we actually worked on, having a conversation. Who Lily was very happy, you know, to share it with us. Lily Silvers, who shared that, was basically talking about how he liked what we did with his artwork and the statue. So that was really nice to see that.
It gave a little insight to how the artwork came.
Yeah, and the fact that he wished that the wings were basically the the veins or the spines of the things came out horizontally.
Yeah.
Which we followed exactly as per the artwork, but he corrected it later on that it should be actually V-shaped as opposed to like parallel. There should be more like that. But
that's game development for you guys. I mean, sometimes you got to push these things out, get these things approved on the you know, copyright and all the you know, everything needs to be checked out, localization testing and all that stuff. So
Stephanie Swan says she's going to be buying Doritos and Snickers after this, but you need to wash that down with some Red Bull.
Yeah, Red Bull.
You need to have some Red Bull to wash that down with. Jeremy, what is up, Jeremy? Jeremy Pearson, lovely admin.
Yes.
He's saying that they're fish wings.
Fish wings?
Yeah, you know, the Spyro fish wing. Boom! Last but not least, guys, on the week in review, the penultimate thing is I have had my resident shipping guru, Sunny Singh, in the house. He's now been working on the Trello board. What you can now see are 4 color coordinated warehouses. You can you can get to that link by going onto the main page and you look under schedules, and it will show you for the release schedule, and it will show you what is shipping, if it's on the boat, if it's been delivered, all that sort of stuff. We want to be as transparent as possible so you guys have a better ETA on when things are going, and we don't want to be putting things on there of when they're expected to come out. It's more about when they're on the boat, because it doesn't, you know, there's what we put on there, we want it to be pretty fixed because it's like getting on the boat.
Yeah, so just something, because I remember you replied to one of the comments saying this new calendar, the shipping calendar, which is up now live on the website underneath the schedule section on the website, that is supposed to replace the old one, which was the estimated release date.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's replaced, you can still go into the product description and click on the second tab, the details below, and that will still give you the estimated release date. So let's say Spyro is coming out in Q1 2018. Right. That information is still there in the actual product description. But when the time comes for shipping, you check out the new shipping calendar, and that will tell you somewhere in Q1 when is the product going to be shipped.
Absolutely.
If there's no delays.
Absolutely. Sweet.
Sweet.
Moving on, we have
that one.
The grace period. We had a few people who we know we managed to create fever and hype at the moment that was specifically, you know, for some of the bigger launches that we do, where people can get a little bit, especially for a new launch where low numbers are up for grabs, where people will get a bit panicky and place an order and actually make some mistakes. Now, we would be absolute, you know, very mean if we were to, in those scenarios, they ordered a regular but they wanted an exclusive, keep the NRD off of the regular and not give it to them for the exclusive. You know, so we said basically it's a 2-week grace period where if you need to make some changes on that, we won't keep your NRD. After that 2 weeks period is finished, then you know that's done, right? Because it's not, to be honest with you, it's like it's the fever of that moment. It's mainly the first like 10 minutes, but you know, just to make it easier, instead of trying to find out when they did it or that sort of stuff, just the first 2 weeks. So that's a grace period just for you guys to be able to have that. Okay. Jeanette, I'm not doing that. Can you stop doing that? Finished. Thanks, Jeanette. Done.
What's the matter, man?
Bitching about, the silver card. I don't want a silver card. You're not going to get the silver card. Don't you worry, mate.
Why does he want a silver card for?
Because he doesn't like points. He doesn't like points. He doesn't like points.
Give it to your friend.
I don't want to talk about that.
But guys, if you do get the reward points silver card, we haven't got a proper name for it yet, but the extra
lotto card,
yeah,
something like that, yeah.
There, make sure you take a picture. You know, when you're doing your unboxing, take a photo with it, like holding both your cards, holding your day 1 card or 0 hour card, and holding your off. No, you don't need to hold that card, but the you can do actually.
No, just have your your lotto card next to the figure, I guess.
Yeah, can do. Yeah. So just share it in the club.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Right. Are we done with this week's review? I believe so.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Is that it?
That's it.
Is that it?
Have we left anything out, guys? Have we? have we posted something in the club that we've missed out on the list?
Alright, moving on to the TTs.
Alright, TTs. Last week's TT, Claymore, the anime. TT number 59. Ah, interesting. Everyone loves, well not everyone, but a lot of people love anime. But this one had about 249 no's to about 111 yeses.
That's quite surprising. It's probably the worst performing anime that we put up there.
Really?
Yeah. Well, technically we've only put... What else have we put up there? We've
Quite a mature anime, guys. So maybe not a lot of people have watched it. So it's kind of like in the realms of Berserk. Very bloody.
But maybe it doesn't have this sort of history behind it.
Yeah, so, but if you guys, never heard of it, please do check it out. These TTs never die. If you really enjoyed it and you think, I want a Claire statue, all the other knights or whatever, then make sure you check this poll out. It's TT 59.
Jeanette, I've told you already, you're not getting 2 cards. It's 1 card. You said you don't want it. That's fine. Can you stop going on about it? God. Jesus.
Alright, moving on. This week's TT60. Historical characters from the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. It's not a love novel, guys. It's all about, it's very, very historical.
Yeah.
For those strategy guys, if you like your turn-based strategy, simulations, and all that stuff, then this is the poll for you. And right now, it's why does like 246 no's. So you voted no. You voted more no's on this poll than you did on Claymore, which is kind of strange. And this one, it has like 28 yeses. So wow, could this be like one of the lowest ones?
No, I think like Rice Star or Bubsy would probably work.
Really? But again, seriously, if you love, if you know anyone that loves strategy games, they're people that want quite intrigued with the Chinese history, etc., etc. You love your knights and horses and stuff like that. Go ahead and keep voting for this poll. Share this out to those clubs.
I love you too, Uncle Scabs.
So it's quite interesting. So yeah, because I read a lot of comments and people were saying, this might do better if it was a warrior, one of those Dynasty Warrior games. Dynasty or Dynasty? Dynasty Warrior games, yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. So polls never die. And next week's TT poll will be Gex.
So this is keeping it in with a classic, classic PS1 era sort of time.
Yeah, because after that would be Medieval. Yep. So guys,
and just as always, guys, these are just simply putting out TTs. It's just interest. There's no discussions with any of the licensors beforehand. Of course not. We just keep putting them out like that, just so everyone knows about that.
Exactly.
So we have some winners.
Yes, 4 winners last week. There we go.
Last week it was the hashtag F4F Warriors, and we are now talking about the 4 lucky winners to receive 500 reward points. And we're going to kick it off with a Zoe James. Congratulations! Nice one. And we have a Travis Archie. Congratulations, winner number 2. Third one, we have a Vincent. No. Mr. Talon's hoping that I'm going to say him. But unfortunately not, it's a Hu Bao. Congratulations, Vincent Hu Bao.
Hu Bao.
And last but not least, an Andreas Paulitz. Congratulations.
Nice one, guys.
4 lucky winners.
Anyone any of these winners on the stream tonight?
Do we have any lucky winners on the stream tonight?
No.
Moving on to this week's hashtag. And this week's hashtag is... What are we doing next week, TT?
Gex.
Hashtag F4F Gex. Nice and easy. Hashtag F4F Gex. G-E-X. Hashtag F4F G-E-X. Put it in the comments. 3 lucky winners for a chance to win 500 reward points. I will put that as a pin post on the top this week's.
Yep. Hashtag F4F Gex. That's right, Becca. That's right, Nana Say. Michael Bonner. Jessica. Ryan, Andy, Philip, Perez.
How do I make this?
Pin comments just right underneath.
Oh yeah, pin comment, nice.
Yeah. Right, everyone's got it right. Natalie, Ashley, Din, Mary.
Perfect, perfect. Keep it going, guys. We've got Benson's got it all right. Yep. Matt Watkins has joined at just the right time. It is hashtag F4F GEX for a chance to win 500 World War points chosen at random by Chocks next week.
That's right.
Make sure you put it in the comments so there is a chance for you to be chosen, because Chocks puts it through a machine that basically spits out the winners. And it only picks it up if you've actually written the correct hashtag. That's all he does. He simply goes hashtag F4FGEX, and if you've not actually written that and you've written it in some different way, it will not.
Yeah, you're trying to be funny.
Found.
No foul play, guys.
No, Chocks doesn't choose the points. Chocks uses like a you explain what you use. You use some sort of website that does
the
it.
magic 8 ball. Does she win it? Yes. Does she win it? No. Does he win it? Yes. Does he win it? No.
He uses some sort of, what is it, like a website, or is it like a software?
It's magic.
Well, he won't tell me how he does it, but basically, I know all I've seen is he's definitely searching for that hashtag F4FGEX written in the perfect
That's right, guys, yeah.
way. So
it's all fair. It's all fair. I don't choose favourites. I don't have any favourites. Alright, so, don't worry.
That's a good question. Is it case sensitive?
Doesn't matter.
It's not case sensitive.
It doesn't matter.
I guess he runs both of them in different senses.
As long as it's spelt correctly, then that's fine.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright. And that is the week in review.
So what we have left? Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew.
It's the bottom bit there, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Indeed. Stick around, guys, because after the Q&A, I've got something quite interesting to discuss with you guys.
Where are we typing?
Q&A. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, right. Hey, Hobby. Thanks for joining. Hey, Hannah. Pew pew pew. Hannah's back.
What is up?
Becca, Onstein, we're still on the target for August. Hopefully August. Still working on those. On those. What we're working on, Onstein. Tease. Don't worry, it'll be fine. Onstein will be fine.
Oh, you started with that.
Have I started with what?
Is that what you-
I switched it up.
Switch it up.
Yeah. Catch them off guard.
Alright, guys. Now I am going to be concentrating on answering these questions.
Yeah.
Chocks, would you do me a favour and please
monitor
and stop me anytime?
Last week, somehow you missed out some of the questions, and that
Really?
that got people upset.
Is it?
Yeah. So hopefully those guys that were upset. Hopefully you copied and paste the same questions into this week's Q&A.
How did I miss it?
And Alex will go, I don't know, you went da 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 da, then you went looked at over there, da 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 da, and then you just missed off, yeah.
I do apologise, guys, as it doesn't happen often. I do apologise about that. Okay, moving on. We are going to start it off with the shout-outs. Choco was sneakily putting it in at the very beginning. We all have the first shout-out is for Adrian Hernandez Garcia. Congratulations for your shout out to Travis Murphy. What is up, Cat? What? Shout out to Lala. We have Junior Guzman in the house. Shout out to you. We got Jay Lee. And what is going on, Jay Lee? We got Jivy G. Javon's in the house. What is going on, mate? Marcel Muma. How's it going for you, mate? And we have Trinity Young. Does that count? I know that you are with your better half, which is Jay Lee Ann. That's a power couple shout out right there. And we have Ashley Pace in the house. Shout out to you. And I believe that's it.
Yeah.
Shout out to all those guys. Yeah. Congratulations on
and the rest
getting
was
there
just
in
conversation.
Time.
Yeah.
There's cats and conversations.
Yeah. A long conversation in that. Yes. Oh my god.
That is a lot of conversations. All right, moving on. Jerry Abyss.
That's right.
Have you ever had a bunch of unpaid orders only to find that the customer has deceased? How do you handle that sort of thing? The answer is...
What about whether the customer's not deceased? Have we ever had a bunch of unpaid orders?
Oh, we have tons of unpaid orders and they get cancelled. That's like 20 to 30%. It's like a lot, guys. But in terms of deceased, no. And I don't hope that's going to start anytime soon. Moving on. Philip Perez. My question is actually 3. How is the progress going on Dante and Ornstein? Those are already 2 questions there. So you have 4. Dante is being made countersample by the factory at this moment. Ornstein is being made... The exclusive is now being made, and it was that has been quite a bit challenging, but we are almost there.
Yeah.
What can we expect from the exclusives? Watch this space.
Make sure you bookmark the calendar.
And when do you think the pre-orders will be up for both? Sometime sooner rather than later. So we have JD Ann. Are you guys interested in anime? Yes, we are. What anime statues would you personally like to do? So I'm, very excited about doing a Cowboy Bebop line, and of course the Berserk line, and all of the ones are so blessed with Mugen coming out with Samurai Champloo. These are some of the things that I grew up with and saw. So Full Metal Alchemist, Gurren Lagann, just fantastic. One Punch Man, that was obviously, it didn't grow up with that only just came out, but it's just great to have all of that. Chocks?
Well, you grew up with everything that you're working on now.
Well, that's the reason why we
I
sort
grew
of
up with stuff like, obviously I've seen the movies, the Akira movies and all
that
stuff.
Sure,
but I've also watched,
and the Ghiblis.
During back then, I don't want to tell my age, but I was watching Naruto and One Piece, Bleach, Initial D,
Dragon Ball,
Monster. Surprisingly, I didn't watch Dragon Ball.
It wasn't popular in the UK.
It was.
It was?
It was, but I think then I was in Hong Kong for those times.
That surely was massive in Hong Kong.
But in Hong Kong, I was watching like Ding Dong and stuff like that.
Ding Dong?
Yeah,
Ding Dong?
Ding Dong. We used to call it Ding Dong.
Oh, Doraemon?
Yeah.
You call it Ding Dong?
Doraemon.
Yeah,
That's
Doraemon.
what they call it now. But back in the day, they were like Ding Dong.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Doraemon. Yeah.
And then like the what is it, the thingy, the golden,
Nah.
the anime, you know how?
That's the thing that dude did.
Yeah, that one as well.
Nah.
And I used to watch loads, like the football one as well, the
Tsubasa.
Yeah, that was fun, man. Yeah.
Boom.
Shitloads, man. Loads.
Shitloads.
Animes,
You heard
cartoons,
it here.
yeah.
Alan Robbins. So when do we get that coveted Bubsy statue everyone's been waiting for? Just kidding, indeed. Hey, we did a TT, push that up, and then we'll be talking. But seriously, have you guys ever considered doing a Conker statue? That sounds bonkers, because I've never heard of Conkers. Conkers? Who's Conkers?
I know Bonkers. Gotta hit up that bear, don't we?
Bears Bonkers.
Bears Bonkers.
The answer is... But to be honest with you guys, we probably should run a TT on Kanjo and Bonkers sometime, because it's like coming up all the bloody time. Okay, we have Philip. No, see, this is I can just miss. Missed up. Randy Gerards. How about members can decide whether they want their day one card to be signed by either Alex or Chockles? If you think that the logistical things on that is going to be easy, you have another thing coming.
Nah, man, you don't want my signature.
If you want Chockles' signature, because it will be much rarer, you have to get it at NYCC, and then he will sign that for you. Alessio, Philip Perez, what did you both do before you got in the business of making figures? Well, this was my first job. It was straight out of university. In fact, I did it during university. So the answer is I never had a job prior to this. Chocks?
I was semi-retired. And but before that, I dabbled quite a lot of things. QA, game industry, in the finance industry, odd jobs as well. Back in the day, in uni as well, lots of odd jobs.
Boom.
Strange odd jobs.
And those that acquired experience has got him every Friday hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, it's easy.
How did you get started in this business? And that is a question that we're going to be talking a little bit later on. So hold your thought. And what would you be if you weren't doing what you are now? You mean if we never had the company?
Yeah, what would
I
you do
would
now?
most likely be.
Would be working for someone. You don't seem to be the type to be working for someone.
Me? But
Yeah,
I'm so
no, I don't think you can.
I have
do
such
that.
a rosy disposition.
Nah, I don't think you can handle that. Working for someone.
But I am so,
So what?
calm and collected, and have a very nice way of dealing with
Sure.
things. The answer is maybe I would have gone into the civil service.
A what? Civil service.
Yeah, like
follow,
my
your
old man.
follow your dad's
Yeah,
footsteps.
maybe.
Yeah? You want to be a governor. A governor.
Governor. No, I mean maybe I don't know. I mean I really no idea. Never
Really?
actually. I've been quite fortunate that I never actually had a situation where I was going, what do I do now?
Come on, you must have had this conversation with
Mama.
Kanako. It's like, oh Kanako, I'm not going to do statues anymore. What shall we do?
So we'll have a
I
conversation
don't know
about
why
that.
I don't know why you're talking in a high-pitched voice.
Well, we'll have a conversation about that
Yeah.
actually. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Chocks, what would you be doing?
I guess I would semi-retired to a full-time retiree, or maybe now I've realised I should have been a pop idol.
Check that out, guys. Retired
Yeah.
at 26.
I
Boom!
should have been a pop idol, yeah.
Alessio Bucci, did a low poly crash start his 3D model? The answer is no, and I can't remember, did I run a poll on that? If I didn't run a poll on that, I'll run that again. I think I'll run a TT on that to see how that goes. I think I asked people would they be up for it, but I'm not sure I actually ran a poll for that. So let's run that and see just the interest of that. Because you guys have seen that style, which we did with the Crystal Dragon statue, that we can get that poly style down. Alright, moving on, we have Lydia Boldini. Can you remind Uncle Phil, Brenda, and everyone else on the office to suggest a point value increase on the Monkey King figure for a soon-to-be announced sale? Oh, you still want to be tied over the edge because... okay, I'll ask how much stock we have of that, see when we last got any orders on that, and then see whether or not we need to move any of that, and then we might... Because you're talking about like how Beat had that extra
right.
points
Okay.
on that. Adam Pippin, do you all model your source statues in physical sculpting medium or in a program like ZBrush? And the answer is ZBrush. Have not used clay for many years. Austin Paul, any news on Samurai Jack? I don't see that being on 450, so let's have another conversation then. Adam Pippin, how do we watch the live viewing? Are you on the stream now? Hopefully you are. Trinity Young, what statue would you both personally want that you do not have or can't get the license for? Jessica knows us very, very well. She says Alex wants Final Fantasy and Chuckles wants Streets of Rage. Boom! That is bang on.
Yes, Jessica knows as well.
David Kurt. Shout out to David at Gamertoy News. Make sure you check out his website. He usually does a write-up on these Q&As if he has the time, so shout out for him on that.
2 in a row.
2 in a row. Did he do last week's?
Yeah, he did last week's.
Did he?
Spyro.
He just wrote about Spyro. I don't think he actually did a week in review.
A week.
I mean, like the Q&A write-up.
Did it crash? He did 2,
He did 2.
but not 2 in a row.
No, he did 2 in a row and then did Spyro last week and didn't do last week's Q&A because it was just like the review. Well, I don't know.
Come on, David.
Come on, David.
Everyone's looking up for you.
What's going on, mate? That's going to be like your thing every Friday.
Yes.
Over the weekend, write up the Q&A. Boom. Oh, sorry, he has some questions, sorry.
Yes.
Since the requisite numbers of votes for the Happy Mask Salesman is 800, higher than any number of votes ever required for a character to be considered, can we have an official TT for Happy Mask Salesman to try and achieve those votes? Many members have their group setting on to see only posts from Alex and Chocks, so it may be impossible to earn 800 votes without an official TT. And the answer is, we're not focusing on anything outside of, Breath of the Wild right now because it's still this year in terms of doing that. So in terms of something like the Happy Mask Salesman, there's no point in running a TT now, seeing so many people get to 800 and then not being able to do anything for a couple of years makes it not really, it's going to be, I don't want to lead people on at that stage. So when the time is right, I would look into that. But to be honest with you, there are probably tons more stuff that you want to see us working on first, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
OOT Ganondorf. Bring that out of the vault.
Everything.
Zora Link. Where do you want to see for that? All these sort of things as well. Austin Paul. So with Archie Sonic comics over, would there be a possibility, however slim, of getting characters from the comics since the licenses may be up for grabs with all the contracts expired and such? I have no idea about the licensing rights between Sega and Archie. I would have thought that those that were created under Archie, the answer is I cannot understand or speculate on that. If you believe there are characters that are specific from the Sonic comic that need some love, rally the fans, show me. Teo Famino. How many more reveals are scheduled by the end of the year? My wallet would like to know. Check out the pre-order calendar, so you have a bit of an idea of what is coming up.
But there's more to come.
Austin Paul, why is the voting community so low in the club? Hey, I have no idea. For the Q&As or for the TTs, sometimes they're not very many. Sometimes, but sometimes when people are passionate about it, you can see people. In fact, maybe it's something that is not even about something about being passionate. You can ask them, "Oh, how old are you?" or where do you live? And then there'll be like thousands on there.
Yeah, it's the same goes with the live stream right now. Everyone says, "Yeah, we got 27,000 members in the club." But look at this. Look at the stream, 106 right now.
Indeed. So
same with the First for Likes poll on every single Monday. And there's 27,000 reward points up for grabs there, but I'm only giving out 1,000, 1,900, 1,200.
Yeah, well, I mean, you tell us, Austin. We when we get people who apply to come into the club, who are we to say no, and who are we to say you must post, you must vote?
That's right. You can like it, you don't have to like it.
Right. So the answer is, hey, we wish that they did, but we cannot dictate how people act. Okay, moving on. Eric Madison. Any news on the Spyro PVC? Since you guys already had the go-ahead for the amazing Spyro resin, would you still need permission to make a separate PVC line? The answer is absolutely yes. We would need to have a separate license for that PVC. I'm convinced that it's worth going for. You guys have done that and you've shown us the commitment that you did by voting on that poll. So the ball's in our court and we can only do what we can do, which is to go to the big A and ask, hey, we believe that this would do well. We would love to get a Spyro PVC license. That is all we can do. We can plead our cause,
keep voting
our case, and hopefully it will be positive. We've already had that conversation, and they said 2 weeks, with SDCC on, etc., etc. But hey, we can't rush the big A, so we need to see what is going on, guys. And of course, the moment we get any news, you'll be sure we'll make you wait till 35k. No, we will let 40K. You guys know. Yeah, 40k.
40k.
We will let you guys know if we had any news, because this was something that was a community effort. And when it's a community effort, I don't dick about, and I let you guys know what is up. Because for those sort of things, full transparency. Brendan Rastello. Obligatory update request for Majora's Mask and Variasuit. Sorry, Alex, someone has to ask, and unfortunately, the timing on this has also been crazy, and the moment that we had any news, I would not make you wait to the Friday Q&A to know that. The moment that we had any bit of news, I will be on in the club like a flash.
Exactly what we said something about that you posted this morning.
What's that?
Something, hey Chocks, something...
Right.
Something what?
Something very, very neat.
Oh.
And the number of people who don't understand that was was a lot.
Yeah.
And If it's very soon, you must tell us. It's been 14 months. What's up, Christoph? Mate, trust me, I wouldn't be doing it like that. If it was, we know how angsty you guys are about this. Hey, we are too. We're bleeding cancellations, so we want this to be in production as soon as possible. We can't do that until we get the AOK, and so we can't. And trust me, the way I would be all over that like a flash. We would be telling you guys and like busting out the streamers.
We're doing
and
Flash?
stuff. What is up, DC? No, we don't do DC stuff, and that's why we turned off commenting on your post. DC boxing. How are you doing?
Hit me up, Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, hit me up, Gal Gadot. We'll do you, Wonder Woman.
What is up, guys? I hope it's after 9 at where you are right now. Okay. Jaylene Ann. Oh, I have another question. You make sure to let the people working on these statues know how much we appreciate the work they do and what amazing job they do, right? Yes, absolutely we do. It's an absolutely massive team effort, and you know, the successes of the company is absolutely you know, shared and appreciated by all. Everybody sees. You know, everybody also has their own accounts in the club. They can see what's going on as well. And, you know, it's also nice when I see people shouting out to Brenda, shouting out to, you know, Phil. And, of course, those that are the unsung heroes. We have, you know, Sonny. People appreciate that he's been working on the shipping calendar, etc., etc. Everyone knows what Andreas has to go through. And, of course, we keep on going. We share the love. Randy Jabraz. Chocks, how many F4F statues do you own yourself?
Before joining, I believe 2. Yeah. 2.
1.
No, 2.
Well, you pre-ordered 1.
No. I've got the Rio.
Yeah.
And I got
you got the
Metal
Rio.
Sonic.
Oh yeah. I know the Metal Sonic.
And then I got the Metal Sonic, the classic Metal Sonic.
And you had pre-ordered
Rio,
Landy.
and then I was pre-ordered Landy, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got Artorias.
And then I got Artorias, King Red Lines, and a few other stuff as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. See?
Is it?
It's a lair.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah, cool. Well, you learned something every new. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking that question because I didn't know the answer. Brenda Rossello, only a few days in, but how are Spyro sales going? On track to crack the top 5? I'm not sure it's going to crack the top 5. It might tickle it, but I don't think it will crack it. Hey, it has only been 3 days. We need to see what is up, but I think it's going to be a little bridge too far. Alexandra Sogias. Already, to be clear on something, guys, that top 5 is not just about the pre-order time, because Magento just looks at the total number. It doesn't care if it was during the pre-order or not. So it's totally cheeky to look at those stats, because there are wait lists, and there are tons of wait lists on Majora's Mask and tons of wait lists on this and that. They all count towards that number being pushed up. So when you see that Artorias is 1,400 and you see that Ami is 1,300, you see that Artorias is lower than Ami. Why is that? Well, because Ami's been around for longer, 6 months open longer, and there were wait lists that kept going in over time. So you don't need to just look at the limited number. You have to consider the fact that Magento sees these orders and accumulates them all. So the longer it's been on the, you know, in the system, and you get orders and wait lists and all those sort of things, it's included with all those that have been cancelled and all that sort of stuff. So the actual real numbers are much, much higher than the actual number that is that is written on the box on the announced edition size. So hopefully that you can understand why Spyro will not likely to crack that top 5 now. But maybe by the time that it comes in and goes out and people get on the wait lists, it may do. So it's at a distinct... All statues are now at a distinct disadvantage because it's the accumulation. Alright, moving on. Alexandra Sorgias, already know the answer, just keep it in your mind. When is Pokemon coming to F4F, mate? Can you please hit us up, Pokemon Company? We love you very much. Please, you love us too.
Where are you now?
Alexandra. This dude, yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. Katie Matthews. How long do TT polls last before they're scrapped? How long do TT polls before they scrap?
Last.
If the character doesn't get enough love at a certain period of time, do they get completely dropped? Asking for Gex, I need that statue made. The answer is TTs never die. I've seen TTs that had an emphatic no turn into a positive, and that is Darksiders as an example. Dirk Mampay. When is Tekken King shipping? Check out the shipping calendar. You filter to your country location, and then you tell me. The answer is they are all on the boat. Pascal Micha, number 1. What made you decide to do a TT Warring Kingdom and not Dynasty Warriors? Chocks, that's you, mate.
All right then. So basically, I do when I go out into town and go out to these local toy malls. Checking out the latest statues and figures. Do a bit of research, a bit of spying per se, because I collect stuff myself as well. So I do go out there and pick up some items, and usually I do sometimes bump into some of the local talent and local wholesalers and retailers and etc. manufacturers, the CEOs, those guys, and then we just started talking about partnering and stuff like that, just the general chit chat. And the topic of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms came up, and it was like really interesting to maybe see. It's quite popular in Asia, but it'd be interesting to see how it fares on the Western side of things. So that was it. That was a TT for this week, because sometimes these TTs could lead on to something great. So that was just part of that part of this week's TT. So there could be, obviously I've forwarded the link to the guy, so he can do his own research and look at that results and make his own decision. But hey, anything could happen. Potential partnerships, potential joint cooperation in producing statues, etc. Or like working with a local artist might turn into a statue. So these things could happen in a TT as well. Yeah. Really?
Yeah, well.
So hopefully that answers your question, Pascal. And it was interesting because when I bump into the guy this week, he told me that there's an event happening end of this month, ACG in Hong Kong. Anime Con Games is one of the biggest events in Hong Kong this summer, where there's like big companies like Konami, Bandai Namco, Sony, PlayStation, etc. They're all there. The local manufacturers, you've heard of these guys before if you're in collecting. They all meet up there. All the fans from different Asian countries will come over, check out the latest products, and we've got some of our products in a local retailer called Seven. Jeff is organising that, so there's going to be items that shipped out today, and the show's going to start on the 28th of July and up until I believe the 1st of August or the 2nd of August, and I'll be sharing that content out in the club as well. So hopefully this year I'll get this guy out of the office and we'll be hitting up the event. Yeah. Maybe we do a little live stream as well, or somehow we take some photos and then we'll post some of the content into the club as well, just to give you guys a taste of what it feels like in a Hong Kong event. Obviously, we're not going to walk around and start promoting other companies. So we take some snaps of what we're going to have there as well. We'll probably have Spyro there as well, and some couple of PVCs and maybe a Lucky Cat Mario, and hopefully we'll get some good feedback from that.
Absolutely. Cool. Number 2. If you could get another chance to do Ninja Gaiden, will you take it? The answer is no. Yes. TT. Number 3. What? Now up for 35k with 8k left. Did you think we would get 2k guys in this quickly? Absolutely not. It's been mental. Absolutely crazy to get that. That is absolutely crazy. Really, really crazy. Number 4. If you could make only one final statue from the Legend of Zelda franchise, which one would that be? And that would be, if I could...
That's a tough one, isn't it?
Well,
Long
I
history.
think with the fans would go mental if we didn't complete the Twilight Princess line with a 1/4 scale Link. So that would probably be the one.
That'd be your one.
Well, for the fans' sake.
Really?
For the fans' sake.
If I had to make one final statue from the Legend of Zelda franchise, I would make a Link to the Past Link.
Yeah, I know you're a massive fan of that.
Yeah, massive fan of that.
Yeah.
With the pink hair.
Number 5.
Seriously?
Seriously, why make Spyro $325?
It's a steal.
It's a steal.
Well, I'm glad you find that a bargain.
Hey, we're trying to we're always trying just keep it as low as possible to be the best value for money. That's always what we try to do for that. Number 6, are you planning on adding 500 reward points on the figures which pre-order have opened this year? On adding 500 points on the figures which pre-order, the answer is not yet. We're mainly concentrating for that on the PVC.
Yeah.
Number 7, we'd love to see a RWB YTT someday.
Have you seen it?
No. Was it? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of episodes. It's kind of the art style is quite stylish.
There's many days in Forever, so the answer is I'm sure we'll get to a Ruby TT eventually.
The creator passed away.
Really?
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago.
Shit.
Yeah.
Did it complete it?
I'm not exactly sure because I wasn't really following into it, but I've definitely heard of it.
Right. Sif versus Ami, who wins?
Win the what? Win at chess?
I'm going for.
What?
Who would you go for? Well, I would say, Sif is bigger than Ami. Then Ami Bus came along, and then
and then Ami Bus came along.
Alessio Bucci. Are Shaker Slate and Rider Link in the same line? And the answer is yes, they are. What about Aku Aku and Life and Classic Crash? Same line.
Really? Aku Aku Mask and Classic Crash.
Yeah.
Is it the same line?
Yeah.
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 Right.
The life-size Aku Aku mask.
Mm-hmm.
And
the Classic Crash resin.
Does it not make sense for it to be the same line?
Or would that won't? Well, at least it won't.
Or does it mean to? Or
it won't be. It'd be like a props line, won't it?
Well,
like the Majora's Mask, but Majora's Mask is like.
But there's other things that go into that one, right? So, okay, maybe that's something you need to discuss in the club. Should it be a separate line or should it be its own line? Like, the question is.
I know the answer straight away.
Separate.
Yeah, people want to say separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have to think then. Is there going to be anything else in the? Well, maybe we need to run a poll for props in.
Because we don't want to just do one prop and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
All right.
We'll ask on that.
Yeah, Mr. Callum.
Mr. Callum, please do a. Will the Avatar: The Last Airbender TT? Will there be one? Yes, there already has been one. So boom. Joshua Harmon. Okay, 2 questions. Will I get the giveaway points I won a fortnight ago in time for Ornstein pre-order? And the answer is yes, you will.
Yes, you will.
Also, next year's Season 3 of Attack on Titan is coming, and it's going to be pretty pivotal for the show. And fans are also wondering if we could get a TT for it sometime this year. I just think next year it will be a perfect time to have an F4F Attack on Titan release to coincide with the anime. Now, again, I need to check, is it the same dude? So, like, Joshua, have you always been you asking about Attack on Titan?
Man, I'm waiting for that. New Attack on Titan, new Berserk, new Blame. Just heard news about new Blame. They're going to make more of that, more Sidonia.
Maybe we need to do a TT eventually.
Eventually, yeah, sure.
But again, I don't really want to be doing more animes while we still have...
Well, we still, like... This could be like a phase 2 or phase 3.
Well, phase 2, you definitely have...
We need to survive phase 1 first.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
To prove that there's the market for that, and get the people to come in there.
Yeah.
And that's going to be, tested with Mugen coming up next. So we've got that coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to, what would be in phase 2? Phase 2 would be things like, obviously Helsing. and possibly Attack on Titan. These are all these things without actually talking to anybody, but just we need to lock down this current batch first and make sure that we can create a market for that first. It's a slow and steady pace, guys. Alex Walker. Hiya guys, what is up? One thing I've been curious about for a bit. F4F releases a statue once per 3 weeks. Pre-orders period being 2 weeks, then 1 week until the next release. But looking at the pre-order calendar, it seems that there are way too many releases. And the answer is yes, that's right. And unfortunately, it's not. We're going to have to reshift that around because unfortunately, the development side has not gone smoothly. There's been delays on True for Midnight, been delays on Ornstein, and it's been frustrating. So we're going to have to rework all of that. So unfortunately, we had hoped this part of the year was going to be every 2 weeks. And it's still a goal for us to move it to every 2 weeks, but we are not there yet. And we need to be firing on all cylinders, not just the front end. The front end has issues, but once we solve those front end issues, we still need to make sure that the back end is being sorted out as well. We've got to be making sure that we're going into production straight away. Got to be making sure that it rolls on, because 2 weeks in, every 2 weeks, means you just have to have 2 months of no activity in the back end where you have 4 statues that are being all constipated out. We've got to make sure that that goes very smoothly. Moving on.
That's it? That's all his questions?
Oh, sorry, yes.
He wrote quite a lot.
He's basically talking about how is it possible for all those to be there, and I just told him it doesn't work. Lynn Dudley. As it has been announced, you are doing a Crystal Dragon as part of the Spyro range. Can I ask, is it going to be clear, like Spyro gems, or is it going to be frosted painted? It is going to be more translucent than it is going to be. Maybe we do 2 versions. We'll see what's up. Maybe we'll run it. Maybe let us play with it first. Once we get to the stage, we'll see what looks best and see what's up. Yeah, probably actually leaning more towards frosted.
To get it crystal clear.
Probably more frosted, but translucent frosted, because when you then, probably frosted, but has a light up effect that will shine. It's probably the way to go. To make it like it walked out of the Maybe we'll do a special one where we have special. Maybe we'll do 2 versions and go, just like we did with Praise the Sun and Thingy Bob. You can choose either one you want.
If you want really crystal clear, without and still light up, that's going to be tricky because you're going to see those LEDs very clear.
Not if you put it on the bottom.
Or can it reach all the way to the top? If it's really crystal clear.
Give a sort of ghostly feel to it. Well, look, this is, guys, we're all speculating here. We need to see what is up. This Q&A being the longest Q&A in history of the Q&As. No, mate, we've had loads of long Q&As, but we can hang out with you guys because we're used to doing 2 hours.
Are you in the stream, Vincent?
Yeah, he is.
He is?
Yeah. Jamie Hodge, what do you think? You're supposed to be monitoring the questions.
I am, but it's the same guy saying they already did Zelda, regular, clear. Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
Regular, clear, exclusive. Yeah, you see what's up.
Yeah.
Right, moving on. Okay, we have Jamie Hodge. Number 1, what do you think about the idea of changing the feeding frenzy to be limited to 100 people, but the points that are limited to people at the end of the stream? More people will stay to get the higher points and more frenzy since there would be 100 total. So let me get this right. If there are 112 people right now, that basically means, or 114 people, that once we go offline, that we give 112 points to 100 people.
Yeah, that's what he means.
Would you guys be happy if there was 50 people on the stream? And then you get 50 points for 100 people. Maybe we can do that. How would that work? 50. Yeah. So maybe that might be maybe that's the trigger. Maybe the trigger is once it goes over 100, it starts. We cap it at 100 and you go. Let's run that as That's a good question, Jamie. And why don't we ask the community? Number 2, what do you think about including random bonus point slips you know,
exclusive figure pack.
some random people get 500, 2 points in the X. Sounds like it's really happening. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what we're doing for the that's exactly what it is for the 0 hour card. So it's actually for those that order on the day 1 or the 0 hour will get that chance to get it. Number 3, can the Q&A thread get locked at the start of the stream to keep it from going on so long after questions keep getting added? Nope, that's on me to go super quick, so you don't have a chance to add to it. Okay, moving on. Dave Tedesco, what is your favorite MGS character? Snake? Snake? Snake! I'm a big fan of Snake. Nicole Alexandra, Chocks, do you have a fan? Anyone in particular you like?
Yeah, the posters that are plastered all over the place.
Huh?
the posters that are plastered all over the place.
Those are your favourite ones?
Yeah, they're my favourite ones.
Boom. Nicole Alexander Rosario, Breath of Fire 3 TT. Also, Chocks signature in the day 1 cards with a heart and a smiley face. Come to New York and he will do just that for you for a small fee. Ryan Fincham, what is the exclusive Spyro limited to? And the answer is, we will let you know after 2 weeks. Robert Elliott, can we see a comparison of the original Phoenix Wright head versus the iteration that Capcom finally approved? The answer is not until we go physical, which is happening soon. I've given the thumbs up to go to that next stage. Travis Murphy, I have noticed on the past 2 resin pre-orders, Spyro and 25th Sonic, that you've had the exclusive at the same price as the regular edition. Is this going to be common pricing structure moving forwards? And the answer is more than likely it will do. Do you ever aim for F4F to go website pre-order only? The answer is we tried that with Law to disastrous effects. And do you think retail sales will always be part of your company's plan? And the answer is I can see a future where it will move to only pre-orders on the website possibly, but it really depends on what the item is later on. But you know, we're always keeping our fingers on the cost. We're always trying different experiments here and there, and we're seeing how this goes. Gina is giving us a nice cutesy rara pom-poms, much appreciated. Victor Navarro Vilgen, Splatoon 2 is coming out on Friday. When you read this today.
Oh yeah.
Can we pretty please have Splatoon as next week's TT? I'm sure it will be incredible. Nice pun there. The answer is it will not be next week's TT or the week after that, but possibly can be later on.
You said you want to get the new controllers. It should be out in Japan as well. The neon green and pink one. You said you wanted that.
Oh yeah.
Get that.
Okay. I'll tell Shags.
Yeah, tell her to get it.
Yeah. Then we can get the Elfus one.
Sorry?
Because we've got the.
It's different. It's a pack of like a red one and a
Yeah,
green.
yeah, no, I know, but I can't really got all 4 of them in Japan already because I took them off the other one.
All 4 of them? Oh, you did it.
Yeah, of course I did. From Play Mario Kart. How else are you going to fucking do that?
It's supposed to be for the guys.
Yeah, I know. As soon as we get them to get that, I can bring it in.
Oh,
Or the thing was to get.
Oh.
Hey, I never said I wasn't a Jippo. Mark Johnson, number 1. Shaker Slate is looking more likely to hit before midnight now. The answer is they're looking both. Hard to say. Looking quite similar in timing. Have you had any feedback on Majora's Mask? And the answer is no. I've not had. I will tell you as soon as we have any feedback. 3, are we happy with Spyro so far? The answer is yes. And love you guys and love you too. Randy Gerard, can the authenticity card holder please be put on the calendar as well as we have some sort of indication? That's a good point. I spoke to Charles about that and we're going to get moving on that. And Jessica says along with the apparel, we're going to work on that in parallel. Tonya Nyai. Hey guys, I was wondering if you could possibly have Vectorman TT in the future with franchises like Crash, Spyro and Gex being around this same time frame. I think it might be now is as good time as
Oh my god, Vectorman, that's going to be so tricky to do, right? Because it's all in balls. All in spheres. Have you seen, you remember Vectorman?
It's green, isn't he?
Yeah, it's like... Unless my memory serves me. It's like, you seen the limbs? It's like kind of like, you know, like Rayman. Yeah.
All I would say about that is...
Look at that. That's tricky, isn't it? Look at that.
No, you could have that apply to something and that apply to something.
Can you apply that to something?
Yeah. Well, you know, you'd have to like, sort of like, you know, be clever about it and think about it. The answer is we are doing 2 TTs the next 2 weeks for this sort of era, and we're going to call it after that for a bit, bring in some other things, some animes or whatever it may be, some other sessions, something, you know, maybe this bonkers or this kanji everyone keeps banging on about, something like that, before we revisit something a little bit earlier. And, you know, but like Chock Wars with Streets of Rage, I'm also a little afraid to ask for this TT in the first place.
You know what's up, Tonya.
James Bennington, with Crystal Dragon confirmed, any interest in doing a 1-to-1 scale Sparks? With that question out of the way, when will Silver be released and when can we expect any news on Modern Metal Sonic? So yeah, we need to look into Sparks. I know Sparks is, you know, Spyro is lonely without his Sparks, so we need to look into that. I have some ideas already, and I need to sort of conceptualize that out. Well, Silver is going to be starting right after Nightmare wraps up. It's the same factory. So, and then Modern Metal Sonic, no news on that. I need to revisit that. I wasn't happy with the pose, and I haven't moved on that. I need to sort of get back on that. Okay, Kevin Bookbinder, you mentioned when King Red Lions launched that you were going to work to get some shipping down. Currently, my shipping to the US is $80, which is more than Okami bus. It is. Have you got a pic? Where is that? That box is ginormous.
It's massive.
There is not going any down in that.
I think it's like bigger than Artorias.
It's bigger than Artorias, guys. You're not getting the shipping down. It is huge. Trust me, guys. It is absolutely massive. So the answer is no. We could not get it down. Christina Marie, any good estimates on what Q Rider Link will show up? You know, it's been silence all around, so until we can start, you know, that's going to be cooking for a while, guys. You have to wait for that. Vincent Windish. Yeah, the question is not the Q, it's the year, absolutely. Anthony Jambon, what's this neat secret? Hey, Jocks, something really neat happened.
Oh.
If you are an old school F4F, you may know what that is. Ask around and you will get an answer. Cedric Bardot, let's say several people place a pre-order for a new line at exactly the same time. How do you decide who gets the lowest number? Nobody can place their order at the same time. We're talking milliseconds. How do you plan to add a cat with Alphonse X? There will be Alphonse X, right? You can't say because of... If you can't say because of Chocks, just blink twice. Any news? There is no cat with that. Any news at all about Okami PVC line? Nothing to report just yet. If a snake and a bayonet were racing, who would finish first? It depends whether or not the bayonet is connected to the snake. Nana say, hey guys, question time with Nana say. Number 1, will Praise of the Sun edition be hollow or solid clear resin? The answer is it cannot be solid, it has to be hollow to insert the LEDs. If solid, well, the weight is not solid. Will Cash Bandicoot also have a black riser, as now I've ordered Spyro? I would like them all to match. What a turnaround. And the answer is, can we not go there? And the answer is, I'm not having that conversation with you. Number 4, can we get any hints on Solid Snake Space, and will it be Shadow Moses, environmental or ornate? You will not get any hints just yet. Hashtag, let's see it in New York. Number 5, how hard was it to pick up one post for Snake? Did you have one in mind from the start? It was bloody difficult, but we had 3 years to decide. It was really hard, really, really hard. What do you think of Stealth Camo or F4F Shipper Box Snake variant? You know, that might be interesting to try and do. That might be quite a cool idea. to do one of those. You can't do a shipper box snake variant without changing the pose.
But guys, just to give you a heads up, if we start playing with design features on the shipping boxes, those will probably have to go through approval, and that could delay getting your products to you because of the shipper box. It can do. Yeah, you need approvals for those.
Sure.
You know, say, hey, we're gonna make the box the same, like just like in the game. Hey, there's another approval phase. So would you want that delayed? Well, not delayed. You want the product to come out later because of that? So it's quite an interesting question.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Any idea when we will be showing a sneak of Snake? Probably New York Comic Con. What is the progress of Phoenix Wright? I've just given the okay to print the head. Have not seen the print of the head yet. Any idea when Phoenix PO will be? Probably early next year, maybe. Any movements on my statue development status Trello board? Why don't you make one first? Show it to me. Then, if it's what we're thinking about and how that all works, I can link it in and we can make it official. All that sort of stuff. Put it on the site, all that sort of stuff, and bring it into that thing.
Who's going to keep updating that?
He will.
All right.
That's what he would do. Yeah. Yo, Chocks, you still owe me points.
Yeah.
Jordan Raymond, when will we find more details on Mario and Yoshi or Bowser? So Bowser is being repainted at the moment. And once that's sort of done, we will then look into Mario and Yoshi. How do you feel about the Cinders since she passed 450 goal? You know, I talked a bit about that earlier, so very, very happy to see how that's going. Giovanni Colmorio, what is the status of Warp Star Kirby? I've been working on that this week. John Uncle Scobbs, turning a bit late, but you'll be there. I think I've seen you around, so what is up? Of course, I've seen you around.
Did you answer Giovanni's 0?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, because I think in the message here it was like, what the F? Where's my questions? No one's answering me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Giovanni?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Well, you know, that's what happens when you double answer. A double question, I just thought it was the same one.
Put the questions in the same.
It's the same thing, then it's easier. Yeah.
Post,
So status of 0 is currently in the remaking the prototype because it was busted up. I put a picture of that last week.
Yeah.
How about that Monster Hunter TT? Many things to TT up, and also Nit-O.
Nit-O? Where's the Nit-O?
Nit-O? Nit-O? What's a Nit-O? Uncle Scouts, what's a Nit? Nit-O? I have no idea what that is. Or is it... I don't even know what that was. Nit-O? I never heard of it.
No.
I know about nits. You know, it's like another word for like...
I know neat.
Like, yeah, I know. So that's very neat, yeah. Giovanni Colmorio, did Camina's new pose get approved? We did 2D concepts, which was approved. One of the choices was approved, and now working on the 3D.
I know Giovanni's bitching about it. When I put them together, that's when they get skipped. Make up your minds. Oh,
no. The best thing to do is put them separate. Like, wait, if you can make them separate. Then, if you're gonna make it separate, move it to wait for someone else to reply, like to do that, and then come in again.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Oh. Sorry.
Joshua Harmon, will you be making a statue of Crossbreed Priscilla for your Dark Souls line? I mostly want to know so I can bypass another company's Dark Souls offerings. The answer is I am not going there. You guys need to decide and do what you need to do. We're not going to be what's the word? Tempted into giving anything
we're not
out
falling
that
for that. We ain't falling for that.
Not wanting to give out. Okay, and oh no.
What?
I didn't record it. Well, it looks like you're going to pull it down from the thingy bob.
Yeah. Alright.
Sorry about that.
It's alright.
Okay. Amanda Kirby of Banjo Kazooie. Who, what, where, why? What is that all about?
Huh? No, you're here, right? You're Troy? Troy Blair?
What? Where's Troy? No, I'm Amanda.
Well, why did you just answer that question?
I didn't. I answered him here.
Oh, there?
Yeah, I haven't answered this one yet.
Oh, all right.
No, that one that is referring to the same thing here.
Okay.
That's the same point from that. That one is received for Priscilla, and now we're coming back to Giovanni's one, which was basically saying, can you confirm Elite Night is in the pipeline, or surely that will pull people away from other companies? Guys, we're not going to
We're not going to go there.
You're not going to. Yeah, you guys, you need to do what you need to do.
We have our own agenda. We will launch when the time is right. Hopefully you have faith in us. Hope you enjoy the line that we're going to do. We've got more DS statues to come, and keep a lookout in NYCC.
Troy Blair, do you guys have any plans for 2018 for a Guardian statue to go with the PVC Link, since in the beginning they were known as the main enemies of the game? And the answer is, I'm not convinced a PVC would work, because it's too big. PVCs need to be a certain price and a certain size, and to have it in Scale Guardian will not work. What I can envision is maybe doing a resin version that goes, which is obviously can be bigger, that goes in line with the size of the Link, to give that sort of size. That's what that is something I can imagine. But never as a PVC. It just doesn't work. Too big. Wouldn't work. Because the retail price is sensitive, and it needs to hang around that sort of price. Anything over than that, you can forget about it. Any Castlevania news from Morton Richard Scordal? And the answer is, we are wrapping up Alucard's paints. Mona Lisa. Alex and Chockles, you both know I love you guys, and hey, we love you too. But now it's time for you to give some details of future Princess Zelda figures. Unfortunately, I have nothing to say about that. I appreciate that you've been rearranging your Princess Zelda setup, but unfortunately, I have nothing for you just yet. It is going to be your birthday in 5 days. Congratulations on staying alive. Also, Alex and Chocks, if I pay you for it, will you ship me a signed note autograph by the both of you? I love to star your autograph in my Zelda collection. That is something that we would not require money for. Come to New York Comic Con, or maybe, I know you're obviously in Norway, come and see us in Gamescom next year.
That's if we're going.
If we're going.
Yeah, that's if we're going.
Marcella Iben. Sorry if this has already been addressed, but I noticed Jin is no longer on the release calendar. There was a post about him being postponed. What is going on with that, and should I be worried? Do not worry about the release calendar. It is only there for definitive items that are on the boat. That is why tons of stuff that we have started the basic works of production, like Jin, like Katamari, like this, like that, we've started working on that stuff. They will not go on there until it's confirmed for the month that they're leaving. There's no point in putting it in there in the future.
We'll just write a description there. This calendar refers to confirmed items that are on the boat.
Right, okay.
Yeah, just like a nice, nice little description.
Yeah.
So people get,
I think that's fair, yeah.
Well, I bought this, I bought my Katamari, where's my prince?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Greg is asking the status of Alucard. It is looking nice, painting up nicely, and looking forward to Zero. Mad love for that.
Keep on doing what you're doing, Greg.
Absolutely.
Keep on doing what you're doing, Greg.
His credit card is ready. Much appreciated. Mad love for that. And that is another week in review for the Q&A with Chocks A and number 29 wrapped up.
Well done.
Thank you.
But there's more to come, guys. We've got. You guys love stories? You guys love stories?
Let's put some sort of like fadey back music and all that sort of stuff, because I'm going to give you a history.
Get your pen and papers ready. Get your tape recorders ready.
Share the stream.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a modern thing to do. Yeah, share the stream.
Share the stream.
Share the stream is a modern thing to do nowadays.
Share the stream, but also get some pen and paper.
Yeah, because once you've done this, that's it. It's a one-time story, guys. This is it. This is like the epic story of the century, and that's it. It's done. Once it's done, it goes into the vault. It will never be spoken ever again.
It's a story time.
Yes.
It's story time.
Bedtime.
What is up, Bang? Thanks so much for joining us. I'm now focusing on the comments as well, because I've now wrapped up the Q&A, so you can shout out all the guys in the house who are watching us.
That's right, guys. That's right, Jordan. So once upon a time, moment.
Much appreciated for those who've been sharing it out. I really appreciate that.
This has never been done before, and it's been quite a very strange week this week. And everyone wants to know, how did we come about?
So we're gonna do it. A F4F retrospective from start to finish, the life and times of the career of Alex Davis.
Gather round, children, it's story time.
Gather round, get your cocos out, let's have a conversation. We're around the fire. Imagine I'm strumming along with a guitar as well. So, in 2003, I was minding my own business in Beijing as I'd taken a year out of university to just hang out in Beijing to improve my Putonghua, which is Mandarin, and I had a message from my cousin who basically was like, I have this Michael Schumacher figure that I would like to make production of, and I had no idea what the hell this was, and I said, sure, come over and let's try and see what we can do. And that was the first experience that I had about manufacturing resin figures, and they were horrendous, they were terrible, they were the reflection of the signs of the times and all of that sort of stuff. And that was made, and we go into 2000. So I made that, and I had some experience on that. They all arrived in the UK. Arrived in the UK all broken because there was no metal poles in the legs, and it was all. Anyways, learning experience, and I was still at university, and etc. etc. Then basically, my uncle, this is my cousin's father, was like, hey, why don't you do, he's a massive WWE fan, why don't you do wrestling figures? And WWE kicked in, and those speak for itself. Those were actually under a company called Wicked Figures, which is actually something that my cousin had set up, and that was, he was making those WWE statues under Wicked Figures, and then basically he left that. I was going to do. I did the manufacturing for that, so I helped him make it. I didn't do any design, didn't do anything like that. I just did the WWE. It says Chocks is falling asleep.
Yeah. Come on, Red Bull.
You out?
Yeah, I'm out.
Oh dear. So moving on to that, basically, I then there was some discussion. My cousin said to me, why don't we go into business together instead of you just manufacturing this for me, because I was getting a commission for it, which I didn't really see, but anyways, that was to set up something. I said, you know what, why don't we try and do anime figures and make a distribution company and sell it to the UK. I'll find some stuff in China and I'll send it to you in the UK, and you find UK companies, etc, etc. And First for Figures was born, and at the same time the WWE license was born into First for Figures. And then I was involved with in fact I wasn't involved with any of the design work for that, but I was involved with the manufacturing of that, etc, etc. And they are what they are, cringe, etc, etc. So moving on to the moving on throughout the history, it's quite well documented that we had the WWEs and we had some other stuff. I think it was actually only WWE, and my cousin at the time had a booth at the London Toy Fair, or it might have been at the the Birmingham NEC. There's a spring fair there, And Hasbro walked onto the stand and said, hey, that's really interesting. Have you heard of something called Magic the Gathering? And of course, my cousin didn't really know about that. And he asked me, have you heard about that? I should, absolutely. Are we interested? The answer is yes. And that led on to Transformers, and it led on to G.I. Joe. That all was the foundation for us then dealing with a company called 4Kids TV, who basically introduced us and said, oh, we represent a company, called Nintendo. And I was like, yeah, I've heard of them. And basically, that was the start of the video game direction. Now, at this stage, I've now graduated from university. This is now 2005, 2006, 2005 now. And so I graduated from university at this stage, and I'm now in Beijing at this time. So I've gone back to, I went back to the UK for university, and I've gone up to Beijing. Then we went to, we got the license with Nintendo just by some magic of the right time, the right place, and it's manna of heaven, and every day I'm so grateful for it. And that went, according to plan, and I said, I'm going to start taking over the direction of this. And I'm a massive gamer, and this is the direction. In fact, I was the one who was working on the Transformers and the G.I. Joe. In fact, that was all me. By that stage, I'd really sort of started taking over as the creative director, deciding what to do for those sculpts, for those statues, for those pieces. So that was what I was doing back in that was really from me from then onwards. So the Nintendo stuff, that's really me focusing on that and working with people and doing what I do up till this very day. Now, the story is going along very smoothly until around about 2008, and the story gets very, very sad. It gets complicated here, and what basically happens is it is brought to my attention. We actually, around this time, I had my partner now called John joining the company in 2007, something like that. And of course, you guys can know from the history, we did work with Ubisoft, we did work with, THQ for some of those box sets, and, generally getting, I believe, the beginnings of starting to work with Sega. This is going back around that sort of time. Then what happened was Chocks, what was the Puzzle Productions? Puzzle Productions was the original company that was set up with my cousin at the time. So that's right, exactly. So the story takes a decidedly dark tone when I tell you that, having had John join the company in 2007, it became to my attention that there was some not so pleasant things happening financially with regards to a certain original partner in the company. So that was what happened. And for the longest time between 2007 and 2008 and going into 2009, it was very, very difficult times. And there were, if you can remember, those that are old school timers, maybe we have Derek Baker still around who would have been around there was a lot of some items that were put up for pre-order that we could not put into production because the company was, how should I say it had a leaking hole in the bottom, as you can imagine what that was. And that basically left the company quite financially unable to continue until we had to do some negotiations with wholesalers, and in order to, because they had given us some deposit money for the production, because back then wholesale was far bigger than our direct business, direct to consumer stuff, and it was really, really tough. We had to renegotiate. They'd already given us the money, and let's just say it already disappeared into not the company's pockets, shall we say. So it was really, really a tough time. It's a really, really tough time, and it was something that I, have learned a lot as a result. Now, of course, you know the story since. Once we blocked up that hole, and let's just say that is the reason why you see that the original Ninja Gaiden that I made went away. It's because as part of the separation between, it was a very difficult time of basically parting ways with with my cousin, I should say. He went on to create something called One-to-One Collectibles, who then went on to create something called Psycho Collectibles. Hey, maybe that's documented, you can figure out that on your own. But that was a difficult time for us. And the history of First of Figures since 2009 has been one that has gone on from strength to strength, and I cannot be any prouder of where we are now than possible. The dark times that was there between 2000 and earlier, all that sort of stuff was incredibly difficult. And now that we are at this stage where we are now, I'm so grateful, especially remembering how it was back then. But here's the thing, guys. In 2008, when this shit was going down, when F4F wasn't... I didn't know. I was getting married that year. What is up, Shaggy? Getting married that year, and there was no conclusion there was no conclusion. I wasn't sure what was going on, if the company would still even be around. And I said to John, John, if we can't do anything about this, or we don't know what's going on, I can't sit here, it's been 8, 9, 10 months. There's no guarantee it's going to continue in the future. I need to do something about that. I need to do something about this. And if it is something, and I discussed this with him, and I had his blessing, because he understood. John had other business ventures, so he was okay. But this was for me my life here, and I said, I've got to do something about this. I cannot not do something. I can't just sit here and watch nothing. This fade away to nothing. So what I did was, and this is the point, guys. I started with a friend, a company called, you may know it, Gaming Heads. Just let that sink in for a moment, guys. Gaming Heads was set up at the point when I did not know that First of Figures was going to continue or not. That is the absolute information that I wanted to let you know. Gaming Heads was set up by myself and my partner, different guy, not John, and everything that you saw that F4F has been doing, I was doing with Gaming Heads as well, simultaneously. Gaming Heads and First of Figures was my two hats for many, many years. Up until about when was it?
2 years ago?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Very recent.
No, not very recent. I mean, about a year and a half ago, a year and a half ago, I left Gaming Heads, and the reason why we have this club today was I could never have done this club now, or could never have done it if I had not left Gaming Heads, because how could I be the face of First of Figures, yet also be wearing a Gaming Heads hat? So your minds are blown, you guys had no idea about that, but that's what happened. I was working as the creative director and whatever it is for Gaming Heads and First of Figures simultaneously from 2008 up until 2016. I will say the decision for me to leave Gaming Heads was because it started becoming First of Figures, started becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and Gaming Heads was doing the same, and it started becoming too difficult, where there was too much overlap, to which I said, you know what, I think it was in 2015, I said, we agreed that in 2015 that I was going to start coming out of Gaming Heads directly, and it was a period that basically concluded in 2016. So now you guys have a bit more understanding of what I've been doing with my time. Everything that you saw from Gaming Heads up until the last, well, as I said, that's been touched by me. I've been doing all of that. So when you think about when you think that I was doing that, all the stuff that you see with First of Figures and all the stuff I was doing with Gaming Heads, and now I'm only concentrating on First of Figures, when I tell you there's 100+ items in development, that's no joke. Why? I've been doing it ever since I had two companies at the same time. that is why I'm never going to go there with Gaming Head stuff. I have a fantastic relationship with them. I have mad love for them. Of course I do. I still have, they're just around the corner because it was all set up all in the same area. So that is the explanation of what is up, why it made sense for us to let them, not let them, but have a fantastic relationship. They said, hey, we want to do the Spyro. Like, oh, sure, no problem, mate. Why not? Etc. etc. And those that are savvy that have bought both would have seen that the packaging designs are similar, the polyfoam is similar, all that sort of stuff. And why is that? Well, now you have it. So that is the information. Nana say, yes, you looked it up on LinkedIn. Indeed, you can find that out. But that is, not common knowledge. So you can see that is what's been up. So that is the answer, all questions, all that sort of stuff. Okay. All that sort of stuff should be now clear about what is up. So we thought that I owed it to you guys to give you that information, to know what is up, and hopefully you found that interesting. And I see a few people's minds have been blown, and as I said, F4F is love, F4F is life. I've been working on this now solely for a year and a half now, concentrating on just F4F. And that really shows with the ability to now concentrate on opening up the office, bringing in the team. And now you understand why we went from 3 to 4 people in First to Figures up until this now having 20 people in the company. It's because I can now concentrate on this company and make it the company it deserves to be. And I have that with the support of my team. I have that with Chocks, the team behind us, and with my undivided attention, with the attention of my John as well, as my partner in this as well. He's also now, we both had different businesses. Obviously, he was having some other businesses as well. We both sat down and said, this is what it's all about. Let's make F4F the best it can be. So here we are, guys. 29 Q&As in. All of our time is given to this, this fantastic company, and it will continue to do so. So hopefully you understand the reason how we can now have this club, why we can sit here, and how I can now tell you that F4F is love, F4F is life, we are F4F. So that is the story time done. Hope you enjoyed that. That's what's up. How's that, Chocks?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to let people know, because it's quite. It's not like rocket science. You can work things out easily. After if you're in the industry, you know that how come some of the products are quite similar? How come the website's same? But like I said, when I started, when I came here, I kind of knew about it, but when you told me, that's confirmation, right? So hearsay is one thing, right? You know a bit of rumors and something's not right, but to come from you, when you told me, I thought.
Well, when you hear the history of F4F and how it all came about,
and then I thought
the difficulties we had.
You have to make that choice. You know what I'm saying? Like I even told you, mate. Like I'm not really interested in working for anyone else.
Yeah.
If you were to wear both hats, I told you ain't gonna have the time to handle both things, because before
but before I met you, I already stopped working with gaming.
True, yeah. Well, I'm saying that when we speaking back,
but I knew it. I would never have set up the company.
If you were still doing that,
never. Yeah.
With the amount of products or with the amount of licenses you want to do, there's no way you could go to so many factories and handle all that production side and like back and forth and all that stuff. And like for me, if you say, hey Chocks, would you mind looking at this company's marketing or whatever? I said, fuck you, man. I'm bouncing. There's no way I'm going to concentrate.
You're only bouncing when it hits 100k, mate.
I'm only bouncing when it hits 100k.
Even then, I told you it's going to land on 99,999. I'm never going to accept anybody else.
I'm like I told you, like I'm going to stick through with one thing and one thing only.
You do it properly.
Yeah, I do it properly. I'm not none of this like half-assed BS stuff. Like doing this and then doing that. It's like, who the hell is my boss? Yeah, who the hell? What am I doing this for? Yeah, because I'm passionate. As I said, I'm passionate about the industry, but I feel like, hey, I'm doing it for that company. I'm doing it for that company, and then like where do I stand?
Where's the loyalty?
Yeah,
Or where's the, where is it?
Yeah.
As the companies. So
But if it's Red Bull or New Era, then
that's a different story.
Yeah, they're not doing statues, so hit me up,
but so in terms of being able to sit here with this fantastic team behind us is because we made the decision that it started becoming too difficult to wear those two hats, and something had to be done.
Yeah, I told you, man. I'm literally like 24/7. Like I rarely get, I haven't even shaved for a couple of days. I'm like 24/7 in the club.
Yeah, no, for sure.
If I'm like, oh yeah, guys, yeah, there, and then I turn around and go, hey guys, yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah, it's like,
and that's the reason why I could never do the two hats.
There's no way. Yeah.
That's why I always stayed in the shadows, because of this very reason. It becomes really strange.
Yeah.
Why is Alex, who's either got the gaming heads hat or the first figures hat, how can he be representing but one or both? It doesn't make any sense. So I just didn't do anything.
And if the team here saw you as like if the team were here and like 50% of your time is somewhere else, it's like,
that's no motivation.
What the fuck? It's like, this is
right. And that's the reason why we as in First Figures stayed so small in terms of number of people in it for so many years, because it was. Don't get me wrong. Gaming Heads was born out of necessity because there was some dark times.
You had to do what you had to do back then, right? Because you got your family to look after and all that stuff, and then things turn out well. But when you said once you reach that point, there's a lot of things to consider. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you, man. I hear you. Like the stuff that you went through and all that stuff. So, yeah, interesting.
It's Philip Perez says Alex is Shadow the Hedgehog in the shadows because I'm in the shadows.
Oh, you're the Shadow the Hedgehog.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog.
Well, like I said, you need to come out because, like you said, for the past 10 years you were working on your own stuff in the corner in your own house.
In my underwear.
You had no idea what was going on outside of the world until the Facebook club.
Just blinkers on.
And then everyone started posting the collection. I was like, damn, all that shit out in the open, out in the wild, different countries in the world.
So Derek Baker's asking about there was talks about a merger at the time. That didn't. There's no reason to go into the reasons, but it just didn't happen. So there were talks about trying to merge because as they became bigger and bigger, it became harder and harder, and then there was talks about merging, then that didn't really happen, and then it is what it is, so it didn't happen, and we have both partners have great relationships with each other. It just in terms of merging it together never happened. There was talks about that many years ago, maybe 2000, and that was around the time when it was the difficult times, so 2009 2008, 2009 were super dark times for F4F, and that was the time about maybe merging at that stage. But the story since is a fairy tale story. We moved from strength to strength, and all I know is when people talk about trying to pay early and all that sort of stuff, I hate that idea. And why? Because if you can imagine the time when we didn't take any money, and we had taken, let's say. This was back when F4F was struggling, because the cousin had taken all the money, right? The situation we were in was horrible already, but to have the fact that we also owed money to the people would make it that much worse. So, which is why I'm always being very cautious about taking money earlier.
Yeah, sure.
Now it's not an issue anymore because we're financially secure, stable, and now
it's not right for the customer as well to know that, hey. Oh, okay, fine. I'll give you the money. We take the money, and then these shifty guys, they're going to take that money to cover somebody else's money,
right?
And that just keeps on snowballing.
Right.
You're always going to be in the debt. I'd rather,
exactly.
Like I said, you had to go and set up a different company to make sure that everything's covered. Once things have been, once you're in the black, then you like I say, you'd rather not take full payment in one go,
right?
And I totally understand that.
Giovanni, there's nothing that interesting about why it didn't happen. It just didn't happen because there was differences of opinions of, certain aspects. So it is what it is. Sav's just woke up, mate. Set your alarm. It's Friday, mate. It's a Q&A. So that really was what we wanted to let you guys know this week. It sort of came out a little bit because of the Spyro, and why not? There's no reason not to. But that is what is up, and I believe that is another Q&A chat, pretty much done.
Yeah. Guys, if you've got any questions and stuff, make sure you add that in the next Q&A. So
I wanted to let us know if your minds were blown, whether or not you knew that, had some inklings, maybe never even knew. Some people don't even know who Gaming Heads is, depending, a lot of people don't even know who First Figures is, etc., etc. So, just something that's very interesting, something that's very
how do you feel?
Nice to get off my chest.
How do you feel? Yeah, it's like
very much so.
It's not really a weight on your shoulders.
It's not really a weight on my shoulder, but it was nice to share. Nice to share with the family. Nice to share with the family, and because it also explains why we're sitting here together, why we're sitting here in a club that has 27,000 members in it. It's because we could concentrate on this full time.
Yeah.
We could get an office to support the infrastructure.
That wouldn't have happened if you had.
Absolutely would not have happened. So I could have still been there having two hats. I stayed in the shadow, beat Shadow the Hedgehog, staying in my house, wearing my underwear. Actually, that sounds about right. Bella wouldn't be so. You've
upgraded. You just need some shoes.
That's yes.
Yeah,
indeed,
you've upgraded
indeed,
now.
Indeed. I just need to look after Bella a bit more.
So there you go, guys. I mean, it's. Imagine the past 10 years and all the work you've done.
Yeah, all those different products that I was making for Gaming Heads that I was simultaneously working for First Figure. So if you think that, so now you understand how we can handle so many different products at one time, and the answer is, well, because I've been doing it for the best part of 9 years, because Gaming Heads was set up in 2008, so coming up to 10 years. It's coming up to 9 years. So the answer is I have a lot of experience of simultaneously working on many different projects. Alex is Breaking Bad. John Palmer.
Oh, right. Breaking Bad, that's right.
Boom.
That's it.
And that is another Q&A done. There will be exactly 96 reward. 96. So, how are we going to do this? We'll keep it normal for now. That is going to be 100 reward points will be given out to 96 lucky members right after the stream. Give me 15 minutes and I'll set up a code. So get your...
Sign into your account.
Sign into your account. Get ready for all of that good stuff. Whilst you're there, you might as well pick up Spyro.
You might as well... If you're not a friend with Alex, add him as a friend. Because I've made a post in the club saying if you add Alex as a friend, every time you post something like production on teasers or feeding frenzies, you will get a notification as long as Facebook is still working, because it's been a bit shifty lately.
Yeah, it has been a little bit dodgy,
yeah.
So we'll just keep an eye on the club, because I will be posting in the next 15 minutes
within
as well.
The
but
15
also,
minutes.
hopefully you get your confirmations on that as well. So what we will do next week is talk about whether or not how we change how many for 100, how many points, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah. So keep an eye on the club, and we will be posting in the next 15 minutes. So that is another one.
All right.
In the books. We will be back here again in exactly 1 week's time, and it will be the... is it going to be Preview Friday at that time?
No.
It's not Preview Friday at that
It'll
time.
be because it's still Spyro next week. It'll still be Spyro. 2 weeks, until 1st of August.
Yeah. So guys, as always, we'll be hanging around with you guys in the club. As always, you are our F4F family. Thank you so much for joining us today on this Friday. I hope you had a lovely time with us. We had a lovely time with you guys. So as always, keep it real. We'll see you in the club. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Chocks.
F4F is love.
F4F is life.
Peace. We'll see you in the club.
Laters.